Check, check, check. I forgot to mute the mic. The keyboard gets picked up that good, huh? That's awesome. Check. Oh, thank you, Randy C. Ha, check. Allie, what's up, what's up? All that and more coming soon. What's up, Darth Wacko? Cutie Beck? Zach Bonifer. Hope everybody's doing well. Almost time here. Oh, it's time. It's time. Do the thing. Do the thing. Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy NFT Tuesday. How are you? A little zoomed in there. I forgot to turn my lighting on. Let me turn the lighting on. How's everybody doing? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope you got to do some fun stuff. Now, lights. Is it Govy? Govy. Can never remember. You can't just type in lights for the app on. It's trying. There we go. Yeah, did it. Makes a big difference, doesn't it? Curtis Massey on YouTube, how are you? Thank you for the congratulations on my Wonder Woman. Yeah, I opened my Pop mystery box. Did a nice video. I'm really trying to make different video content to put out there. At Twitch Con this weekend, I sat in on a number of panels. And the recommendation from them, because everyone has the same complaint. Well, a lot of people have the same feedback for Twitch, and that is that there's no discoverability. And Twitch's answer, and it's a fair one, is, hey, we don't know the answer to discoverability. What we do know is you, content creators, make clips and put them on your Twitch or your Twitter, your TikTok, your Instagram, and that will bring in people. That's what you need to be doing. And they're right. Yo, what's up, Matthews Ranch? Thank you again for hosting. Matthews Ranch and his beautiful family let me stay with them at San Diego during TwitchCon. We had a wonderful time. We got some family time. I'm out of town family. I make the family calendar when I come in. So we got to hang out. We played Fortnite on Saturday and had a blast. I got to play more Fortnite Saturday than I've played in a long time. What's up, Miss Jessie Star? Allie says, not at all jealous about that Wonder Woman. I get it. I know a lot of people were very excited. I really wanted the Flash, not just because of the value, but because I love the Flash. If I'd have gotten it, I would have had to sell it because that's just too much money on the line at $2,500 or whatever they're going for. But Wonder Woman, I'm debating what to do. I still don't know what the accurate. I mean, the count on the pop says 500, even though the video or the thumbnail on the website says 400. And it looks like Superman is vice versa. It says 500 on the website, 400 pieces on the pop. I don't know which is. I assume the pop is accurate. Cutie Beck says, I'm jelly of Wonder Woman 2. I got Joker. Well, I mean, put this out there. Not to push on anybody here. But if you're that jealous and really, really want it, we could talk. Just saying. I'd like to keep it, but, bills. So, got to do what I got to do. Liz says, claim your free NFT. Thank you, Liz, for putting that on YouTube. I think I can pin that. Pin user in timeout. No, that's put user. Pin message. We don't want to timeout Liz. God forbid, no. Who's Bill? Sounds like a jerk. Every month, Bill comes around and pesters me for money. Rude. Oh man, I left my water in the other room. Hold on. I can't proceed without my Topo Chico, unofficial sponsor of the stream. Gotta have my Topo. I went to put my contacts in. I wait till the last second, and I left my Topo on the counter. Can't do it without the Topo, y'all. We got a free NFT for everybody. It is NF Tuesday, and as is tradition, let's go Spawn 2020. It's so good to hear the music again. Remember when I used to dance to everything? Spawn 2020, thank you so much. 18 months in a row, year and a half. I appreciate you. Thank you. To everyone who's ever subbed to my channel or been here to watch or given bits or whatever you've done to support me, buying stickers, t-shirts, merch, all that stuff. Just being here. Honestly, you don't have to spend a dime, but just being here. Thank you. I realized at Twitch Con over the weekend how blessed I am. Truly blessed to have you guys here and your support. I could not have made Twitch partner in the time that I did it in. I heard stories from multiple people. There was one young lady who'd been streaming over 10 years. Thousands of hours streamed, thousands of interactions, working her tail off, and still had not achieved partner. I felt so bad. I was like, can I give her my partner level? That's something she really, really wanted and was so close. She couldn't get that 75, they call it CCV, number of people watching on average. And they're very, very stringent. You got to meet those requirements, and then we'll consider you. She did not see it that way. She thought maybe they should change their policies, and maybe she's right. But anyway, I'm very, very blessed. Couldn't have done it without you guys. And I hope for that young lady, I don't remember her name, that maybe her time is coming soon and she gets it. I really hope so, because that's got to be frustrating. I got it in, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying because of you guys, I got it very quickly, within a few months. And I can't believe that. I was shocked when I got it. I've read all these stories of how people were like, oh, they've been going forever and ever and ever, and it didn't work. I know the closed captions are off. Let me fix that. Pixel chat. Pixel chat dash. Let's see if it kicks on automatically. There it goes. Chuck, happy Tuesday. How are you, my friend? Misty, I wish I had captured her name. That would have been smart. I wish I'd gotten her name. She said it, and I was in a hurry in that panel, thinking about doing something else, and I didn't note it. I should have. I met some lovely people at TwitchCon. Give you guys a recap of the weekend. TwitchCon was overall, it's very different from anything that you guys have been to with your Reed Pop cons like Emerald City Comic Con. There it is, New York Comic Con. Fourth curator, 43 months. Thank you, fourth curator. It's very different from any of the cons you guys are used to. It's at the San Diego Convention Center, which always feels weird to be there, and it's not for Comic-Con, right? But I gotta say, the TwitchCon team did an amazing job of converting the convention center, rebranding it, their artwork, their graphics. Hey, Uga, thank you for the boots. It's so good to hear those noises and be able to thank you guys properly. Thank you, Uga. Appreciate you. 11 bits. Kelly would be proud. The 11. They did a wonderful job at the convention center, and regardless of what you've read online, I think that the team from Dan Clancy, the CEO, down to every first level employee that I talked to did a wonderful job. They do an absolutely wonderful job. You guys may have seen some horror stories coming out of the con. I don't know. I don't understand people. I don't understand people that do the bad things. I don't understand people who think that the simplest things are really, really bad things. I don't know. Absolutely happy Back to the Future Day punked. I think they did a wonderful job, and I gotta say, because I know I asked, I was going into one panel and I said, hey, anybody have any questions for Dan Clancy? That is the CEO of Twitch. And Misty chimed in, and I think there were a couple others. And I'll recap what I think is the right answers for those questions for you guys. First, Darth Wacko says, I like how YouTube has multiple avenues to reach those milestones. It's frustrating to see people like her fail to get partner and then see S4S streamers exploit people and get partner other ways. S4S? I don't know what that means. I thought maybe I was reading it wrong. I had to back up for the context. There's a lot of people that are paying bots, and Twitch is doing a wonderful job of trying to combat those. And don't believe what just happened. Valor and Vellum started a hype train. Wait a minute. All these people just subscribed. Was there a gifted? Hey, Priscilla. I think Priscilla gifted some subs. They're not showing up right in my... Hold on, let me look over here. Yeah, 10 community subs for Priscilla. Thank you, Priscilla. Let's go. Midnight Twin got a sub. Jeff got a sub. Reina Gonzalez, Lucky Nino, Caesar on LV, Drumar, Shiro X777, Connie. That's a new name to me. Poppinstock. We all know Poppinstock. What a wonderful human being. Lot DS6. Thank you, Priscilla. I appreciate you. She said, thank you for being an amazing booth, babe. It was so easy. I agreed to go help Priscilla, and honestly, Jace was there, awesome booth babe. It was so good to catch up with Jace, to hang out with Priscilla and get to chat and catch up on life, and to help her. I mean, she did not take many breaks. We didn't have to do much at all. She had it set up, so you guys know how good Priscilla is. Everything's organized and labeled, and just, I think she had a wonderful con money-wise, sales-wise. Because, man, she sold out of some stuff. Quite a bit of it, actually. She said, normally I get no breaks, so this was nice. I'm happy to help anytime, honestly. I think what Priscilla's doing is amazing, and I would like to see her have the success that she wants. That's a key differentiator from just the success. The success that she wants, and we can all help with that. I'm constantly saying this, and I hope you guys are really listening and spreading the word, but every post... Instagram, Twitter, whatever she posts on, like it, share it, comment on it. That will help. You don't have to spend a dime to do that stuff. Help her in any way you can. Everybody in our wonderful community. Don't just sit back and look at those tweets and those Instagram posts. That's helpful, I guess, but hitting the heart, sharing it, putting it in your stories, leaving a comment, support for support. There you go. That is super, super helpful. Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that every time. Make an effort. Make an effort. Walking Miracle, the generosity. She's amazing. Thank you, Priscilla, again for those gifted subs. That not only helps me, but it helps those people who might not want to watch ads, who don't want to spend the money, and I get that too. Yes, Curtis Massey, we are absolutely going to talk about that. Yes, that is on my agenda today. Thank you for bringing that up. Booth Babe Sully for the win. That's so funny you use that acronym. Priscilla and I were having a conversation about that at Twitch Con, and my first time to see FTW, or the first bit I saw it, I was in corporate America, and I heard that meant something else, like F the world, and I was trying to convince people in turn, don't use that, it's a bad one. And they're like, what does it mean? And I'm like, I shouldn't say it at work. And turns out I was wrong. That's so funny you use that. Nadu said we got a Priscilla PP with the hype train. Yes, the PP and the HT. It sounds painful, but it's okay. Normally I get no breaks, so this was nice. I love it. Best TwitchCon to date. The TwitchCon Artist Alley is great, y'all. If you're ever debating TwitchCon, the show floor itself is really mainly centered around companies that sell like hardware, software solutions, and or just promotions. Like State Farm has a big booth there, Milk has a big booth there, weird one, bunch of that stuff. But then the Artist Alley upstairs is in the sales pavilion at San Diego Convention Center, and they're bigger booths than the typical Artist Alley, at least it felt like to me. They're spread out, there's lots of nice sunlight, just a wonderful, wonderful place. If you're near San Diego for TwitchCon next year, you could always buy a one-day ticket and just go support local artists. Lots of great stuff up there. Thank you for the follow, that Gamer Dude TV. I appreciate you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lucky Nino, welcome. Said thanks for the sub. Allie said, who else did you meet? I did not get to meet Teegsta. I looked for her over and over again. She was a very busy lady. The only time I saw Tigsta, I was in the Elgato booth. She is an Elgato partner. Jealous. But I'm happy for her, first and foremost. I'm looking around at the different setups and the different monitors, and they actually have this dope ass monitor from Corsair, who owns Elgato. It's about yay wide and this tall. It's kind of like a keyboard size, and you can turn it horizontally or vertically, and it can attach via USB to your current setup. So I'm pointing because I could put another one in play here, and it's touchscreen too. It's like $250. I want it. I can't spend the money right now, but I eventually want it because I could put the chat on it, or I could make a stream deck out of it. But at $250, and it's super high res. Anyway, I'm looking at that, and I look over, and in a small window on the desktop, they have live streams that are going, and Teekst is on the screen. And I'm like, wait a minute, is she around here? So I went to the booth they have with the lighting and the cameras, and she wasn't there. I don't know where she was streaming from, but she was a very busy lady. I'm very happy for her. I'm bummed I didn't get to meet her. I wished I had. I didn't get to see Liz XP. I didn't see her around anywhere. I did see a handful of famous streamers, some of whom I recognize, some of whom I'm like, I know they're famous, but I don't know who the frick they are. I am like the worst. What, hype train's at level 4, 66%. Did it end? Yes, it ended. Let me give some points. Thank you for pointing that, whoever did. Add points, all 400. Let's do it. Thanks to Priscilla's generosity. Let me make sure that works. Did it only go to YouTube? That's not helpful at all. Add points, all 400. On Twitch, you earn points by watching. Those points can be used to enter certain giveaways I do, especially on Fridays. We'll be back to it this Friday. So watch on Twitch if you can, but you don't have to. If work blocks it or whatever, take your butt over to YouTube and watch from there. That's cool too. Hey, Monster Pete, how are you? It has changed since inception, says Red Ranger. I think you're talking about TwitchCon in general. Allie said, I wish they would do it in Seattle some year. I'd go for a day. Right? It would be nice for it to be local. I think they have a long-term deal with San Diego after trying Las Vegas. Not positive, but I think they do. Priscilla said we had a huge streamer next to us. It was their first time having a booth at any con, and their team was great. They were great neighbors. I didn't know about their being their first con, but the person whose booth it was, and Priscilla could drop the name, had 2 million followers on Twitch. Not easy to do. And they had a steady line of people buying product, but standing in line for autographs and stuff. I even gave them one of the boarding passes, and they put the Nerd Unite sticker right on their point of sale. Super sweet of them for no reason. They didn't have to do it. And so they've got a lot of brand recognition for that. Priscilla dropped the name in. Lily Pichu. That's it. Priscilla said, I think we met Amaranth. I wouldn't say, I didn't meet Amaranth. To be fair, don't Google the name. She definitely shows up on the front page of Twitch. And she came by the booth, and I immediately was like, I'm looking anywhere else but at her, because she was not wearing a lot. Professor Josh resubscribed with Prime. Thank you. But I think Priscilla joked that she did come back around to the booth and was one of her last customers for the con. Poppin' Stock said, thanks for the sub, Priscilla. I was AFK, just noticed. That was very sweet of her, wasn't it, Poppin' Stock? Poppin' Stock, I hope you're doing well. Poppin' Stock, let me enunciate. Hope you're doing well, guys. Make sure you click on that name and follow Poppin' Stock so you can catch his streams where he's giving away NFTs, some backed by Wax. He's got games going all the time. You guys can jump in and support another wonderful creator, because unfortunately, it seems that maybe the end of an era with Droppp is coming. We don't know for sure. I'm saying maybe. There's also a chance it's going to be around for a while, and just we're waiting. We did get one update from him on Friday. I'll go over that later. Nadu said, is San Diego cheaper during this time of year compared to the summer with SDCC, or it's basically the same? I'm not a good person to ask on that. Priscilla will be better on the hotel costs. I got lucky to stay with my buddy, blessed to stay with my buddy Matthew's Ranch. I think it probably is. There are far less people that attend TwitchCon, but it's still a very busy con. And it's great for the city, and it's great for the streamers that participate and want to go and meet people and companies and all that. Again, there was a number of stories that came out of it, and people making big, bold statements over things that, like, is it that big a deal? And there were some incidents. There were definitely some incidents, but I think there are incidents at a lot of conventions that we don't ever hear about. And these, I won't even, I'm not judging. It's was it for the person who it happened to? Was it horrible? Maybe. For the people that did it, was it horrible? Yes. Is there a possibility that people are defending something that someone wasn't even that upset about? That's possible too. I'm not judging. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just hearing the stories and seeing a couple of videos here and there. Allie said, oh, yeah, she did several shorter streams than I did. I guess she did a few small concerts. Wait, who is that in reference to? Checking the chat. New box game prizes. I got the bag. I'll have to show you guys. Priscilla did give me some stuff I'm super excited about. Time to buy a hotel, then, says Nadu. I mean, if you can swing it, if you got the extra pocket change laying around to buy a hotel, go for it. I would like to call dibs on rooms there during any conventions. Can you make a Nerds Unite suite that I can have when I come into town, but the rest of the year you can rent it out to whomever? That'd be awesome. Time to buy a hotel in SD and rename it to Nerd. Oh, I didn't even see that part. Natty was ahead of me. It's Nerd Unite Hotel. That's even more impressive. Professor Josh, thank you again. 14 months in a row. I appreciate you. Oh, I can take down the boarding soon pre-orders. That's done. That's over. Pre-orders have ended. Let me check. 1 second. Let me do that. Boarding soon. Turn that off. I got to do that in timers as well. Boarding soon. Off. Okay, good. Walking Miracle said, I love the art wall Priscilla showed off. All cons need something like that. Are you talking about the one where they showed her booth art and the booth number? I thought that was super smart. That was around the exterior of Artist Alley. So where there weren't booths facing out to like where people sat to eat or a walkway, they had the back of one booth was facing out, and they put those big vinyl banners up and gave promotional space to the artists, which was great. I thought that was really smart. No, Nadu, no hot tubs were involved. No one was harmed. No animals were harmed during. Priscilla said, yeah, she came shopping after her final meet and greet on Sunday when Artist Alley was supposed to be closed, so I was tearing down and sold her a horse sticker. Ha! Of all the things. Darth Wacko, I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. Priscilla said I wasn't going to complain about the last second sale. I wouldn't imagine so. David Vu on YouTube, what's up? How are you now? No points on YouTube, David Vu. I could never figure out how to give points on both YouTube and Twitch without like the double dipping, or even to bring them into the same pool. Like if I go to do the box game on a Friday, you can't buy some tickets in YouTube to get into the game. It would have to be a completely separate thing, and I thought that was so confusing that I just would warn people, if you can, go to Twitch. I know sometimes work blocks it, you can't do it, and I feel bad for that, but it's just, I got to keep it simple, or else it gets way too complicated. Nerds Unite Ranch, says Matthews Ranch? I mean, that feels weird since your name is Steve Matthews and you live there? Maybe it could be like a temporary hosted by Nerds Unite, a temporary takeover like they do on Instagram channels and stuff. If you happen to see that wall just walking by, you may find some new art you like. Absolutely, Walking Merker. I did see some things and I was like, oh, I thought, one, that's cool. Two, does that image actually reflect about what art they have in the booth, or was it cute art they designed just to get you to the booth? And I forgot to go check on those to see, but... Monster Pete, I'm going to Card Show, and V-Friends is going to be there in November. Dope. Monster Pete, I saw, that's not the one in Houston, is it? Pedro, I think there was one in Houston that V-Friends was going to be at, and I was like, dang, I wish I was going. I'm very tempted to buy the Back to the Future Crocs, says Punked. Why? They're Crocs. Did you see the part where they're Crocs? David Vusa, okay, that's fine. I just see an ad points off. It was an accident. I'm testing out new chat, and it's supposed to send to everywhere, but for some reason it only sent to YouTube. I don't know why. It would be nice, David Vu. I wish I could, man. I wish I could. I could never figure it out. Darth Wacko, so was I correct? Did you enjoy the game last night? Despite I did. I had a blast. Yeah, it was a great game. I went to Monday Night Football. My Texans defense was on. Defense almost won us the game. Offense, kind of not there. They were only there like 20% of the time. But it was a wonderful game. My first Monday Night Football experience down at Lumen Field here in Seattle. Everyone was super nice around us, super gracious, no matter if you were a Texans fan or not. There were a lot of Texans fans. They have a big traveling fan group. Everybody was super nice. I did see one encounter between a Texans fan and a Seattle fan, but, you know, a-holes be a-holes, right? Like, I don't think it had anything to do with the team logo they were wearing. Now, if you're a Cowboy fan, that's different, but that's just for Darth Wacko. Priscilla said we had an IRL streamer tell us he was up at 2 a.m. looking at every artist in Artist Alley. He researched ahead of time what he wanted to buy, which was really cool. Yeah, and he was live streaming as he was there and sharing it with everybody. Like, I see a real disconnect in being there and reading the stories online. The stories online paint a different picture to me than of what is actually happening there. But then there is also a really interesting disconnect at TwitchCon between the partnered streamers that are like the top 1% that make all the big money and have entourages, and then like everyone else, which includes a ton of partnered streamers, affiliates, vendors, etc., who are there to just have a good time and meet people. But that top 1%, like they're there to sign autographs and meet with people. Random lines just form by them to sign autographs and do selfies. Like, it's a whole, I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying the ones I saw, like down on the show floor specifically, it's a different vibe with them. And it'd be like a celebrity walking around Comic-Con if they stopped and signed autographs and posed for photos all the time, which I don't think a lot of them do. It's interesting. It's interesting to see how they behave and how they interact with one another and what they share online. I do not think they are a reflection of what Twitch really is. They are like they're like what an alien would see of our country if they only saw, I don't want to be political, if they only saw Tom Cruise. I was going to say some different names. But like that's a whole different kind of person than the kind of person that most of us are. You know what I'm saying? Punk said, "I know, but they are cool looking." But again, did you see they are Crocs? I don't think you saw the Crocs part. Oh, Pedro's in Vegas. That's right. 4-to-1 ratio in turnovers and loss. I know Zach Bonifant. Our defense did a great job, and the Seattle Seahawks offense was just giving us the game. All we had to do was take it, and we didn't. Walking Miracle, that must have been interesting with the baseball happening. Oh yeah, so it was an interesting vibe in there. It was really fun. They weren't next door though. The Mariners were playing in Toronto, and the Seahawks game was in Seattle, of course. But knowing that the game was going on at the same time, everybody was on their phones watching. They did have it on in the stadium before the game, but once the game started, they didn't show crap. So you would hear just like, oh, and then you would see it happen on your phone because you could watch on your phone, or you could go up in the concourse where the food and stuff is sold, and they did have TVs up there, but they wouldn't show it in the stadium, which was kind of interesting. And unfortunately for the Mariners, season came to an end last night. They fought a good fight. They played a great season. I'm not a Mariners fan. I don't really have a baseball team, but I was excited for the city and knowing what it would bring to Seattle as far as revenue and continued revenue and people getting to enjoy the city. I was excited about that. And it's over, but they played great. They did better than the team's ever done for the city, and next year they could do it again. David Vu said Texans defense has one of my favorite players from my alma mater, Petrie. Oh yeah, Petrie's awesome. Saw him out there last night. Professor Josh, who's ready for Marvel Snapshot tomorrow? Crazy to see packs went down last week. Good time to buy, and now back up if you need to sell. I am probably going to open some packs today. Darth Wacko, it's super rare to have a team with 3+3 turnover and lose. Yeah, leave it to my Texans. Exactly, Darth Wacko. As a 49ers fan, I am not sure I would step foot in Seattle Stadium. The two fan bases tend to not like each other, just like the teams. Look, I can't say for all experiences, and it's different for me. I'm a big guy. Not a lot of people want to walk up to me and start a fight. Most people are very kind around me, and I'm kind to them, so it works in kind, right? But then there are those people who would just pick a fight with anybody. We were leaving the game last night, and we were all walking out, big mob of people, hundreds of us in Texans and Seahawks gear, and this guy who had clearly overindulged, riding on a bicycle, one of those rental ones, like a I forget the brand. But anyway, he comes riding by, and he's like, "F the Texans real loud," and then he almost fell on the bike, and we were all like laughing at him. I would have felt bad if he had actually gotten hurt, maybe a little. But like, what's the point? You know, in hindsight, I had a few things I could have yelled in, but I didn't. He's the kind of guy that would have circled back with his buddies and made something out of it. And I'm just like, in my head, I was funny. But Priscilla said, I saw a ton of tweets complaining about all the IRL streamers, even though they clearly mark areas you shouldn't stream. So it's implied that other areas can be streamed in, and the IRL streams help promote the booths there. So I was fine with it. Absolutely, I think live streaming at Twitch Con is a go. It's smart. It makes so much sense, because you're promoting yourself and the convention and everything that Twitch is, and you're showing it off. And there, like you said, there were areas like when I was in the panels with Dan Clancy, the CEO, specifically said no live streaming, because people will do stuff just to get the follows, and we can't have them asking questions to him that would just elicit an angry response or something, because people do that on purpose. And it's a shame that people have to behave like that, but it is the world we live in. Hold on, I got to jump down to the sub. I couldn't see who it was on there. Thank you for the sub. Autumn's Toys, 64 months. I sure appreciate you. Thank you. Lot of people doing some weird stuff out there just to get notoriety. But like, a lady was complaining that she couldn't stream in the partner area, but it specifically said don't do it. We should have some areas where we can feel comfortable being without being on film, because I guess when you buy your ticket, you agree you're going to be on whatever cameras are in the area, and there's a lot. How about behave like a human being? Don't be an a-hole to others. Don't be gawking and doing stupid stuff when you shouldn't, and then you don't have to worry about being on camera, right? I don't know. That's my personal opinion. They think we are short and run instead of taking a car. Is this what aliens would see? Because of Tom Cruise? Yes. You guys should have seen the exhibitor lounge this year. They gave us a barista who made us lattes and stuff. For real, though. I had the best of both worlds thanks to Priscilla. I got an exhibitor armband. I still don't know why they did this. An armband separate and then a badge separate. But I got an exhibitor armband and a partner badge. There's an exhibitor lounge, like Priscilla said, that had breakfast items like pastries and muffins, apples and bananas, and a barista. So dope. And then when I went to the partner lounge, they had food out throughout the day. In the breakfast time, there was coffee and parfaits. And I don't know if there were other stuff. I missed it. And then at lunchtime one day had hot dogs and they were giving out Red Bulls and sodas and water. And then another day at lunch was nachos with carne asada. Like, I couldn't believe the options that were there. And I had the best of both worlds. Yeah, one morning I went in and stole stuff from the partner lounge. Don't boot me out, Twitch. And took it to Artist Alley for Priscilla and Jace. Walking Miracle said, ooh, gotcha. They fooled me with an aerial view once. Maybe think the other game was right. Oh, I bet. Yeah, it did seem like it. What's up, Buzz King? How are you? Good morning. Wax Prophet, hello, how are you now? Welcome, thank you for coming by. Sorry I'm behind on the chat. Randy said, it seems like it's been so long since Droppp packs were on sale, I'm already nostalgic. When you said you're gonna, I know, I thought about it, Randy. I'm like, this may be one of the last packs I ever opened. I hope it's not. Nothing's been confirmed. Nothing has been confirmed. David Vu, I am not one to pick a fight. I just want to enjoy a game, but I am not exactly an imposing figure. I mean, not imposing, but you're a taller guy. Like, I can see where people wouldn't want to mess with you. Wait, what is this, Zach? Oh, Zach Busey. Yeah, I know him. I follow him. What was this about? Let me see. Let me see if I can. Nope, I don't want to mod that. It won't let me copy it from the chat right there. Let me do it over here. I'm experimenting with this new chat that's integrated with, here it is, with Meld. And it's got some drawbacks. It's got some positives to it, but drawbacks as well. Here we go. I did see this. Zach Busey, who is like a kind of a reporter, news sharer of all things Twitch, got 60,000 followers on Twitter, said I ran a sentiment analysis tool on Twitter during TwitchCon, post mentioning TwitchCon or Twitch. If you guys know sentiment, sounds simple. Was it a positive statement or a negative statement? A positive tweet or a negative tweet? Keep in mind, if you use the utility, I know this from working in the back end of the industry, positive sentiment and negative sentiment are usually gauged by just some keywords in the tweet. Sarcasm cannot be noted. It often gets things wrong, so just take that with a grain of salt. But 59% positive, 24% negative. I think overall probably balances out, even though it gets it wrong, it probably balances out. So that's fairly accurate. There's a lot of comments below from people who don't know what they're talking about that were trying to play this down and say, oh, it's negative if you look real hard, you know, that kind of crap. But they don't know what they're talking about. That tool ran all weekend. I actually have some experience in this, so I for once, I'm going to say something. I know what I'm talking about. I guess I say that a lot. But, anyway. I think overall that's probably true. I think a lot of people went and had a wonderful time. The opportunity to meet some of your favorite streamers, meet new people. I had a great experience Sunday. I was walking around and a guy walks up to me. He was live streaming. I don't have it to show. It's in the other room. But he walks up to me and he's like, "Hello, mate, can I talk with you?" And I'm like, "Sure." He was very kind. His name was Nate, by the way. And he's like, "Hey, I'm live streaming and my audience, my followers told me that I need to get out of my shell and talk to people more. So I want to give you something." And he gave me, it was a toilet paper roll, but it was a limited edition toilet paper roll, 8 of 10. Inside, he had the numbering on there, and it had some of his info and some sayings and stuff on the outside. And I took it. I was like, "Thank you so much. I appreciate that." And then I gave him a sticker, and he looked at it. He's like, "Oh, that's cool, blah, blah, blah." I got his name. He got my name. Walked away. A few minutes later, I went on his stream while I was on the show floor and was watching. And he's like, "Oh, by the way, Sully, thank you. It was great to meet you. Can I use video of you in the other videos I do?" I was like, "Absolutely." It was a great interaction with like a normal, or not, I don't know, just another person. And I'm following on some channels now. A couple of his people said, "I'm following you because of that nice interaction you had with Nate on the show floor." I was like, "Awesome. That's what it's about. It's about nerds uniting, about streamers uniting." An exhibitionist lounge, asks Pop and Stuck. No. Exhibitors, not exhibitionists. Those are different. Very different. Well, sometimes there's overlap, but mostly different. Darth Wacko, I feel like I saw more negative posts about TwitchCon, but as soon as I engaged with the alleged assault post, that's all I saw. Algorithm reasons, I'm sure. Yes, I think even Mr. Musk, who's in charge of Twitch, knows that you lean into the shock value, negativity, whatever. It's just the way of the world, man. People take a little nugget of something and they build it into something bigger, and it's the news of the day. And like, the only thing I want to see, I'm sorry those things happen to anybody, but what I want to hear from, like, there's a few instances that happen. One young lady, a fan, stalker, whatever you want to call them, waited in the line, did cut past security at the last second, went up to her, and I haven't watched the video, I've only heard it described, went up to her and kissed her, not on the lips, but on the side. It's still not okay, she didn't give consent. Kissed her on like the side, and then was removed by security. I saw people saying, security did nothing. I think they did. They didn't stab the guy, they didn't shoot him, but they removed him. Then he was seen leaving of his own free will the convention center later. I don't know what happened between those two instances. They may have internally pulled him aside and said, "Look, because of what you did, you're banned now. You can't come back into TwitchCon. You can't be on Twitch, period. Get out of here," and let him go. Just because he wasn't seen being thrown through a window. Like, I don't get why people just make these assumptions. And I did see that too, Priscilla. We talked about it at the con. Her own personal security did do something. Apparently, one of her security guys, I read later, had been told he overreacted to a situation and was told to leave. In a previous instance, don't know what happened there. But again, like, I'm going off the little tidbits I know. Other people are going off the little tidbits they know. What I want to hear is from the person that happened to, how badly that affected them, what they think of the situation. That should be handed off to the Twitch team. The Twitch team should decide what to do. People are all, if this guy wasn't handcuffed and thrown to the floor within 2 seconds by the Twitch staff, it wasn't enough. And it's like, there's a lot of gray in there, folks. Do I approve of what he did, running in and kissing her? Absolutely not. Should not have happened. How you handle it, every situation's different. Everyone is probably biased by their own algorithm and don't even realize their newsfeed is curated specifically to them. No, they don't. I hear this all the time. People are like, "All I see is politics, blah, blah, blah. I hate Twitch." Well, that's because you're reacting to it. That's because you're liking it or watching it or whatever. I see some politics, but I don't see much at all. I really don't. Most of my stuff is featured around streaming and video games and art, collectibles. I like my feed for the most part. And the stuff I don't like, I click the buttons, they don't show me anymore, and typically that goes away over time. What's up, Mock and Lazarus? How are you? Valor Vellum said the security you did something was her own personal security. Twitch security, true to what they said, did nothing. Oh, yeah, I didn't see the video, to be fair. I need to watch it. He got a 30-day ban, not enough punishment. I agree in this situation. Based on what I heard, him going up and kissing her without her permission, I think he should be perma-banned from Twitch. It's against their policy, and they have to uphold their policy in order for it to take effect so that in the future people know, oh, in the back of their head at least, I don't want to behave like that because I don't want that same thing to happen to me. The same thing, the threat of jail to people in the U.S. Like, you don't want to go to jail. You know it's bad, so don't do the thing. Randy said, well, if his intentions were more nefarious, he still got all the way up to her. If injury was his intent, seemed lax on security, he wasn't in her line. Okay. Didn't know that. I mean, yes, it could have been much more bad, if more horrible, if he had had a weapon or something. We all get scanned when we go in, so hopefully he doesn't have a weapon. People can get around that too. Could have been a lot worse, but we were talking about it at the booth. When someone approaches you, whether you're a celebrity or just, a person out and about, even if they come at you a little faster than normal, is your first instinct to punch them in the face? Not typically. Could they have tripped on their way to you? Could they be running to run past you? A lot of different scenarios. In my position, if I were her and somebody came at me, I would think maybe they're coming in to tell me something. Maybe they're coming in close because they don't understand personal space. I wouldn't know what their objective was. So I'm not going to immediately throat punch them. It's when it happens and you're like, oh, like I didn't no, I don't like this. This is not good. And that is totally within her rights. She should be upset, and he should receive a punishment for it, and it should be adequate to the situation. It's the fact that he could have done something a lot worse. Absolutely. Ironically enough, Twitch was selling pocket knives. I heard that, didn't see it. I heard that. I would like receipts on that if that's true. I feel weird I think that's weird, but I have seen swords sold at cons, which I always thought was stupid, but I don't think they allow you to have it in the moment. I think you gotta get it and leave. I don't know how that works either. They did change it to a permanent ban. See, someone may have gotten the 30-day information, never saw the permanent ban information. Couldn't she file battery charges? I imagine she, within her rights, she could absolutely attempt to. I don't know what qualifies as battery. He did invade her personal space without her permission, so if that's within the definition of battery, then absolutely. Jumps. New rule, punch first, ask questions later. I don't think that's gonna go well. Priscilla said, yeah, I heard that too. He was able to get into an area he wasn't allowed in through layers of security, so she assumed he was staff, and that's why she didn't back away, right? See? She thought he was going to whisper something. See? Yeah, we talked about this. So the engagement that Priscilla and I are having right now, a little preloaded. We already talked about that with an attendee at the con. But like what I'm trying to say is, in those moments when we look at anything in life, it's easy to look at something and go, this should be done. You don't usually have all the facts. Like, we're real quick to go, Funko should do this. We don't really know what Funko's doing behind the scenes. They should do this at Twitch to this individual. We don't really know all the facts. We have a video taken from one angle. Does it really tell the story? I think we've seen enough movies to know that's not always the case. Am I defending him? No. I'm saying, gotta look at all the facts. Darthwack, I don't mind the occasional political posts from the people I follow, but when people get hateful and resort to insults and name-calling, I hit the unfollow, right or left. I don't care. Exactly. See? That's your right. And then you don't have to look at it anymore. Well, pretty celebrities like yourself, thank you, ADC, should be on higher alert than a regular person, though. Fan, stalker, possibilities much higher. How do I word this? I'm blessed I'm bigger, for the fact that I can probably defend myself in most situations, and it seems to disarm most people. They don't want to attempt things. I, in general, assume goodness in people, and so someone coming at me like that, I would not have reacted any differently than she did until after he moved in and made contact. And then, would I throat punch him? Possibly. Would I just be like really appalled and yell something at him? Possibly. Would I go into shock and just stand there? I don't know how I'd react. But I like to assume positive intent from most, unless they come in here with weird questions or comments, and then I'm like, hey, you don't be doing the thing. Don't be doing that thing people do where they come in and I've reacted a little too hot before. Remember last year's bag gate at TwitchCon? I do not. No, I do not remember that. Professor Josh, the key factor is consent. If the person agrees to be kissed, it is not battery. But if they do not, it could be a criminal offense. There you go. He grabbing her arm might also help with the battery charges, yes. Nadu, but Funko should do that. They should release more Funkos. That's what you wrote, Funkos. Women in general usually are on high alert. And that seems fair to me. Like I said, I have a different body type and people respond to me differently. I am a male versus a female. Every situation is different. I said, and also said, I think I would have responded like her. Like Chris Rock on stage, totally. Yes, the slap. Exactly. Yes, Misty, you can run at me. Just please don't kiss me without consent. Valor and Vellum, and the one who had the incident paid security $10,000. Not every woman streamer has this available. True. It's a scary place for people. And being on Twitch, not in person, already has a bunch of scary elements to it. People can send, messages or try to find out where you live and stalk you. Now you're going, hey, publicly, I'm going to go to this con. I'll see you guys there. 99% of people are just going to be like, cool, I'll stand in line. I'll get your autograph. I'll say hi. I may pose for a photo if you allow it. That 1% runs it for all of us. Next year and in future years, I wouldn't be surprised if TwitchCon, if they have meet and greets, it's handled differently. I could see them, like, maybe it makes a lot more sense for them to have a autograph session like they do at most conventions, and a photo session, and the photo session to be handled a little differently, where you have to go through levels of security, and then when you get up to the photo, like that, there's like a bunch of people there. To be fair, I didn't see exactly the setup of how you get to some of these celebrities. From afar, I can see they were standing against a curtain, and there were lines, and people went up to them. I don't know what all was involved. It sounds like this guy got past security anyway. And so they need to look back at the details and the footage, and they need to handle it appropriately. But to my point earlier, TwitchCon needs to have an opportunity to review that data and figure out the best way to handle it. People were immediately saying, close the con down. Dan Clancy should step down as CEO. And look, a lot of things are going to go wrong at every company. If every time something went wrong at a company and the CEO had to step down, we'd be going through CEOs like crazy, outside of Funko. Again, not defending him. Don't take it out of context. What he did was horrible. He should not have done it. He should not have gotten away with it. But Twitch needs an opportunity to handle and respond. Randy said, I'm saying that they should assume the worst. I didn't see the back and forth, so I missed part of that conversation. Yeah, last year you couldn't bring in a bag for TwitchCon unless it was oh yeah, they had that this year too, Nadu. Yeah, absolutely. Same this year, unless you were an exhibitor. I did see some people with IRL setups, which is a bigger backpack with like a battery and cameras and a modem and all that stuff. And I don't know how they were getting away with that. Maybe that was allowed specifically, but yeah, you were supposed to have a 12 by 12 bag, maybe like one of those crossbody bags or a fanny pack or whatever, but you weren't allowed to have big backpacks. It seemed like it wasn't upheld in most cases. I saw a lot of people with them, but for all I know, they were exhibitors or invited guests. I don't know. That's a great idea, and then they can up the security where needed. I would imagine these conversations are going on at Twitch headquarters this week. To my point, because I don't want to downplay any of this, and I want to take it seriously if we want to continue the conversation. But I do have to say something about Dan Clancy, and I would love if this kind of thing got back to him and other streamers. I heard a lot of people talking smack about him and saying he doesn't care. It's all about the money. Other things in that general vein. One, he is the CEO of a huge company. Huge company. He is very accessible given his position. He did at least 4 or 5 panels where people could come in and ask him questions. One was in the partner lounge. One was for everyone. There were others I didn't attend. I went to multiple. For some reason, I'm really, of all the things I could have attended, I really wanted to hear his take on the show, his answers to questions, and where he thinks Twitch as a whole is going. And I got to commend the guy, regardless of what you guys have seen or read. Every single person that asked a question, he was attentive to, even when he was tired and run down and barely had a voice on Sunday. He was attentive to every single person. He would always listen to them fully and say, "I hear you. I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm sorry that it has affected you in this way." He would say things like that. And he would say, "Look, I want to get more details from you, and I want to research this situation, and I want to make it better for everyone else that's affected with the same issues." And sometimes he would say, "Hey, Nasty Nate is here. What's up, Nasty Nate? Thank you for coming by. I was just telling the story about how you gave me the TP roll. Thank you. It was a great interaction." He said, "What's up, Sully? Okay, for the IRL backpack size, I was ground zero security on why they were allowed in." Oh, this is good. It's a bit of a long story, but essentially they allowed affiliates and partners to bring a bigger bag in if it was for streaming equipment. See, that makes sense. I mean, but I don't know if that policy was written somewhere. It probably should be, but it does make sense to me. You have a lot of IRL streamers. That's what they do. Thank you. Thank you, Nate. And a pleasure to meet you. Really was. Thank you. You had some wonderful people in your community that followed me that said, "Hey, I saw you." It was a great interaction. So everybody give a big a welcome to Nasty Nate. Now, Nasty Nate, are you talking smack about anybody? I don't know what your content is about. I did take a quick look at a couple of things. Seemed good. We are Nerds Unite. My community is Nerds Unite. We're all about lifting each other up, treating each other with kindness and respect. So I'll say to everyone, hey, go give Nate a chance. Go check out his content, right? I think we should all support one another. I don't know what the content is, so to be fair, most of my content is like family friendly, conversational, helping each other out with things like we do NFTs and collectibles, and we play some video games, stuff like that. It wasn't written, says Nasty Nate. I spent 30 minutes on Friday talking to security managers to get the policy figured out. That's a shame that it took so long. What a waste of your time. But I'm glad you got it figured out and we're able to bring in your backpack and maybe that helps some other people. Yeah, welcome to the nerd herd. No, we're not doing IT support here. But anyway, back to Dan Clancy. I think he does a great job of listening to everybody and taking their requests and questions and comments seriously. He had a person on staff that was specifically there in the room to connect with those people and get like their Discord name for communication or their handle so that Dan could work with them directly. The young lady I mentioned earlier that had been streaming for over 10 years, she was very emotional, had like 3 pages of stuff she read. And one of the things that she pointed out, and this was the kind of things people love to do in panels, but it also seemed like maybe it was her last ditch effort. She said in her what she read, "I was here in 2022. You told me then in response to she was in a wheelchair and was worried about accessibility fairly. She felt like areas in the con were not supportive of her needs, and I totally hear that, and so did he. But she said in 2022 I was here, and you told me that you would listen to me and reach out, connect with me, and you would solve some things, and you didn't." And in the moment, I felt that, oh man, if I'm him on stage right now, I'm like gutted because 1, that sucks. I didn't follow up the way I said I was going to. Bad on me. But 2, now it's public in front of all these people. And he was like, he owned it. He said, "Look, I was not as good at following up on things. We're more prepared now. I've got somebody in the room. I forgot what her name was. She'll connect with you, get your information, and we will investigate this. I need to know the pain points you had, exactly the places we want to work at getting better." And that ultimately was his answer to everything was, "I want to hear you. I want to understand. We want to be better." He also in times would say things like, "Hey, I hear you. I'm sorry that's a pain point for you, but I think that affects about 1% of all the people that watch the platform, and with all due respect, we can't spend the money to build out things to handle the 1% because we would fail as a business." I'm paraphrasing. One of the other things he said, and this was Misty had the question, Liz Hartranft said, "Hey, what about this people watching multiple streams?" And that came up a lot because recently with them trying to fight against the bots, they are working on their algorithm for what counts as a viewer, what doesn't, how many streams can a person watch. And his answer was a fair one. I think most people will not agree, but I think it was a fair one. And that was, hey, look, if you're watching more than 2 streams, don't twist my words. They have been twisted, he said. If you're watching more than 2 streams, you do count as a viewer. If you're watching 18, I think the number he uses 15 or more streams, you're not going to count as a viewer unless you're specifically in one chatting and engaging, and that one you'll count as a viewer. And then people would always ask, well, what is the number? Can I watch 4 and be okay? Can I watch 7 and be okay? And his answer, again, completely fair, was, I can't give you that number. If I give you that number, then people will just create websites and bots and things that always work around that number. If I fix the problem and tell you how I fixed the problem, you will just use that information to bypass the thing again. And I thought that was a perfectly fine answer. I'm sure people would be like, oh, that's stupid. Tell us the number. They don't understand business. They don't understand why these things are important. So my take on it is Dan actually cares. He listens. He's working very hard. Oh, another thing he said, I had a lot of takeaways that I think people should understand before they have their own commentary. His other thing was, I'm building a business that's going to be around in 20 or 30 years. I'm not building a business that's going to be here for 2. Our competitors are coming at us and they're making businesses, they're creating these businesses, they're giving more money to certain people, and that's not going to work long term. I have to build a business that's going to be here in 20, 30 years, and that's what we're doing. And I'm impressed by that. I say all the time, these companies just make cuts for the quarter to make their stock look better. And what are they doing for the future? Well, he's thinking about the future. Professor Josh says, you don't go through security at the con entrance for weapons? Yes, you do. You go through metal detectors. They search bags, the whole thing. Nadu said, at this point, Priscilla needs a circle of security around her now that she is even more famous thanks to $7 signing. Awesome. Wacko said Dan Clancy should step down, but for way different reasons that I won't go into. I'd love to hear that sometime off stream, Darth Wacko. Maybe I don't know what you're talking about. Red Ranger, part of the problem with Dan is what he said in response, basically saying it was on her to remove that type of individual from her audience. I would need to see the exact words, Red Ranger. I can't defend him, blanketly, a blanket statement across everything he said. I would want to know the exact wording that he used. I would imagine that was in reference to him bothering her in the stream, not in person at the event, but I would need to see the statement. Yo, what's up, Shep? Welcome back. How are you, my friend? Zach Bonifer says IRL could rent everything to stream. They could, Zach Bonifer. There is, even for the partners, you could get a free IRL stream set up temporarily, but there are far more IRL streamers than you think, and their gear, you have to know your gear when you go into things like this. If they tried to rent it, I don't think it would be enough for people. We have enough time to bond with the equipment, learn about the equipment, know how it works, connect it to their streaming key, to make sure that after it's over, they get it all taken down so they don't get in it. There's a lot of factors involved there. While they probably could, I think it would be a very big undertaking. I'm sorry I'm behind on the chat. I'm trying to catch up. Honestly, if 30 minutes of my time made it easier for everyone else, says Nasty Nate, I'd do it all over again 10 times. Respect. The Twitch team was very reasonable and handled it greatly. That was my takeaway from most everything over the weekend. Darth Wacko, did you hear the Q&A between Dan and American Dad, vet regiment member? No, I did not. I was not there for that one. Sorry. Red Ranger, people can't pay attention to one stream, let alone 15. I agree with the 15 part. And in a lot of cases, I agree with the 1. I think it's very fair that somebody can pay attention to 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 streams. Their attention is then cut by that amount. So if they're in 4 streams, they're only given 25% of their attention. I think that's still enough to count as a view. But them fighting the bots, they have to. Some people are getting famous or big or earning a lot of money by spending a lot of money. And I think it must be profitable or they wouldn't be doing it. They're spending $5,000 to make 50. Well, I would give that money every time. That's a great investment. But I'm ethical and I don't play around the system. I'm going to play within the system. Tanner said, do we think there will be a Twitch Con next year? I've heard a lot of the big streamers say this year was their last if they hadn't already decided to skip this year before. The Imaru situation is crazy. Twitch's initial response was horrid. I think there will continue to be a Twitch Con, yes. By the way, Frankie Rubio Studios, hi. Sorry, I'm behind. I'm catching up on chat. I think there will be Twitch Cons in the future, yes. Do I think they'll be different? Yes. I think Twitch needs a chance to bring all this information in and make changes. A lot would argue they should have made changes before the con. I don't know enough details to speak to that. But there were people that didn't go because of their concern for safety. And then we saw some concerns around safety, some incidents that were not good. I think Twitch has to do better. I think there's still a great opportunity, even if the big streamers don't go, I think there's still a great opportunity for a lot of other people to connect with one another. Like I connected with Nate on the show floor, to learn from companies, to find out about a new equipment and new software. And I think there's a lot to do that's not just meeting famous celebrity streamers. Is it enough to pay the bills for the con and keep the lights on and provide a good experience for everyone? I don't know. They got to financially look at that. Misty said, so as long as we chat and each streamer is good, I think the most I watch lurk is 4. I think if you're in 4 and you're chatting with them, I'm pretty sure that you are counting as a viewer and you're good. Again, he wouldn't give it an exact number, but I think the key is you have to prove that you are a real human being, and they're not going to give you a CAPTCHA every 5 minutes, right? So you giving bits, chatting, things like that is probably good. On the same note, Dan did say this is a constantly evolving thing. It's a constant battle. We are always working. It is an ever-changing thing. So what works today may not work in a week. What works today may be good for 2 years and then change. It's not for us to know the exact answer, right? If you in good faith are on the platform and you are watching the streams and engaging, and you're not trying to bot the system or beat the system for your or other people's benefit, then I think in time everything will be fine. They will get to a point where it's good. Is it maybe there right now? Don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I think they're always working to make it better. I think what we all have to do is look at these companies and go, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody screws things up. Everybody takes attempts and it doesn't always work. Like there are so many variables that it's not black or white. It's very, very gray. And we got to give companies a chance. Nadu said, yeah, used Twitchy Tides grinders, or us Twitchy Tides grinders need to know since we got like 5 to 10 screens open. I mean, do you need to know? I don't think you do. I think you just do your thing. Or if you're worried about you counting as a viewer for somebody, I think that's good on you. If you feel like you're cheating the system and you're not really participating in those streams, you're just typing a thing every 5 minutes and then walking away, then you probably shouldn't count as a viewer. Frankie Rubio Studios. I see a lot of comments. Let's see what you're saying here. You went to TwitchCon this year? Oh, I hope you had a blast. They call you Goku. Oh, nice. Cool name. I was just saying that's why some people had large back. Oh, the streaming. The IRL streaming, yeah. Nadu said, how was the game? Oh, it was great. Yeah, we are fans of our own things, and it does not cause a rift between us at all. And I'm a different kind of sports fan. I love my Texans. I love going to live events. In the moments where the Texans do something stupid, like there were some really bad penalties. One where like our guy picked up their quarterback, Sam Darnold, and threw him to the ground. I'm like, that guy should get the proper penalty. That's a dumb move. I don't care if he's a Texans player or not. He should behave better and be an example to people. That's horrible. Don't do that. If the Seahawks throw a great pass, first thing I say is great pass. Like I am about the athleticism and the sport, not about, well, my Texans are always right and your Seahawks are always wrong. Kelly and I are both the same way. We're not going to fight over something like that. We'll poke at each other a little bit, have a little fun, but that's the extent of it. Frankie said, I sound like Goku. Oh man, having a great mic voice, key. That's key, man. That's awesome, Frank. I wish you the best. I hope things go really well for you and you get a massive audience and make a ton of money, if that's what you want. Shep said, I think YouTube should revive VidCon. I think that's what they had called it. It is interesting to me that TwitchCon is even a thing. Like, a lot of people hear about it and go, TwitchCon, that's a thing? It's really cool. I learn a lot every time. I go to the panels, I listen to people, I watch, I take in what I see, and I try to use that to revive me and get me excited about streaming, because there are times where it certainly dips. I also use it to try and make my stream better. I gotta say, for this year, the panels weren't quite as... how do I word this? I didn't see as many things that were like, oh, here's a cool new feature I could use. I think most of what they were telling us was pretty repetitive. The big standouts were that they're working on auto clipping. So for you guys, I've asked this before and I've not done a good job of following it, but if you're watching my streams, one of the things that would really help us is if you guys clipped stuff. So today I'm going to open some packs. We're going to do some things. If a cool moment happens, clip it. They're going to work on auto clipping, but what that does for us, and this should work in every stream you're watching, if you see a cool moment and you're willing to take a moment to hit the clip button and make a little clip and give it a fun title, that's going to help the streamer you're watching, because then after a stream, we can look at it and we can take those and we can share them to TikTok and Instagram and Twitter and whatever else we use. I've never been good at that, because when the stream is over after 4 hours, I got to get up, I got to walk around, I got to get a water, use the bathroom, eat, and then the last thing I want to do is come back to the chair immediately and do something. So that's why for you guys as fans, it would be super helpful for you to do clips. You don't even have to go share them on your social, just make the clips. But if you share them on socials, that's dope. And Twitch is actually going, it's already kind of in play, maybe just in beta right now, to if you do create a clip and go share it, you can earn in the stream. And I don't know exactly what that earning is yet. I gotta find out more. Okay, here, I do want to read. I was checking first to see if this one was good for everybody, but Tanner, in response to Tanner's, do you think there will be a TwitchCon next year? Priscilla responded and said, my next door neighbor was Lily Pichu, one of her people who also does the podcast for Cutie Cinderella, told me that Lily was aware of the risk, but still wanted to come this year anyway, and during Teardown, I could hear their team talking about it. What they want to do differently with the booth next time, which tells me they'll be back. She has 2 million followers, so she's a pretty huge streamer. And I don't know, maybe she did do the public meet and greets that were in that back area of the convention. Maybe she didn't. She definitely did some stuff at her booth that put a wall, at least a kiosk and desk between her and people, but I think she stepped out in front of it quite a bit. It sounds like she didn't have any issues. Her experience was very different than others. Odin Pop says, did you feel the ticket price was worth it? Oh, ticket price was a lot. If I could give some feedback, I didn't even think about that, Odin Pops. I didn't have to pay it, thanks to Priscilla and her generosity and me being willing to go help her at her booth and stuff. It is expensive for, like, my buddy Matthew's Ranch. He was going to come out, and then when he looked at the price for him and his daughter to go, it's like $300 for a day. I don't think that's worth it for them. And I think for partners and for affiliates, I think they should get their ticket, at least at a heavy discount. And I don't think they do anymore. Once upon a time they did, but Frankie Rubio says they should keep TwitchCon for next year. Good. I'm glad to hear that from some people. Kamehameha. I'm reading more comments to see. Yeah, this is a key one from Priscilla, and I'm taking, you should read her whole comment. I'm just taking a piece out. We have to remember, for every bad experience, there are 100 good ones we don't hear about. And again, back to Zach Busey's sentiment, which I think all in all is probably pretty accurate numbers. It may vary from one way to another. 59% positive, 24% negative. You know what happens? The positive ones do not get the same number of likes and retweets and comments as the negative ones. People, and I think most of us do it. I'm really conscious about not doing it, especially in social, but I think most people, we do jump at the negative stuff and try to talk about it and tell our thoughts and share it with people and warn people. But with the that was with the negative stuff. I don't know what I said. I might have said positive by accident. But with the negative stuff, people do tend to interact. And with the positive stuff, they don't. It's human nature. I think we should all fight that. I think all of us should be better at, oh, it's a positive thing? Yes. If you look at the word cloud of my Twitter, Keywords that come up are awesome, excellent, amazing. I guarantee you those are the words that rise to the top. I don't go out and bash people publicly on social media because I'm trying to fight that. Are there times where I have to? Yes, but they're far few. I'd say there's one bad thing to every 100 good things. Red Ranger, both defenses were playing really hard last night. It was a fun, yeah, from a defense standpoint, absolutely. Misty said, I am a total Eagles homer, but unsportsmanlike stuff have no time for bad choices. Agreed, 100%. Oh, Walking Miracle, great question. Did Meld have something there? Shockingly, no. No Meld booth. I was totally amazed. I looked all high and low. The only sign of Meld I saw was one lady wearing a little Meld pin or button of some kind on her lanyard, and I pointed it out and said, oh, Meld. I love Meld. I use Meld. But that was it. I was shocked. Maybe their rise to where they're at now began after they could have gotten a booth at TwitchCon, and we'll see them next year. Maybe budget didn't allow, maybe time didn't allow, maybe they just made a business decision to focus on their software and not being IRL, but I would bet good money that we'll see them next year there. Shep said, I know that automatic clips are being implemented in 2026 for Twitch. The keyword clip that will actually let Twitch clip your stream, assuming using AI. Yeah, that's Dan Clancy spoke to that, and he said, yeah, you'll just have to say it out loud. That's going to be great in 2026. But right now, if you guys want to help the streamers that you love, and that's from little old somebody with one follower to little old Twitch partners like me that have a few more, to your Gary V and the top 1%. If you want to support them, you can do so through clips. If you don't want to spend money and you want to help, or you want to spend money and you want to help, that is something you could do to help all the streamers. Odin Pop says there is a social media badge for clipping, and if you look to the left of his name, there it is right there. But I felt like there was something more than that I read about. I'm way behind on chat yet again. I'm sorry. Nasty Nate had an opinion on the ticket price. The ticket price was high. I was blessed enough to have several friends use my referral code, so I got 50% off. If they bring that system back next year, I think with community organized support, a lot of people can get a discount on their ticket. That is a great point, Nate. That is a great point and a great system that they set up. That was very smart of them. I do hope that's back next year. Priscilla said, Walking Miracle for 2 people, I think it was $270 for the 3-day pass. Yikes. If you wanted to go a single day, it was about the same, I think. Like, they really incentivized the 3-day pass versus a single day. Randy said, my full point was the security should behave like the guy could have been ill-intentioned, and they weren't. They let him get all the way up, not her. Wasn't blaming anyone, any idea that I was an inference, not an implication. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to make sure I read it right. It wasn't promoted. Yeah, I didn't see it promoted, but I did read about it in an email about that referral thing. But I didn't see it like promoted a lot, which is a miss. But again, new program. They've got a lot to focus on. Might have been very difficult to give that the focus it needed. Might be some good feedback for them. You need to tell them that must change for next year if possible, says Walking Miracle. You know, I think I get a survey, and I'll look for it, and I'll provide feedback. Odin Pop says $160 per day or $300 for the weekend for one person. Oh, that's a bit different than... Wow, that's crazy. Okay, good. So we're on the same page with Randy had good intent. I like that. One big difference, says Priscilla, is that there was way more free swag at TwitchCon, which can help offset costs. Plus, since most of the people there were streaming, the trip is a write-off for many and a chance for content creation. Yeah, that is very good. I think you're right. I think on the flip side of that conversation, not argument, conversation, is that also there is no TwitchCon without Twitch streamers, right? I think if you have earned, and this is not just because I'm one, I would say this regardless. If you have earned Twitch partner, you probably should get a free pass or a heavily discounted one. If you reached affiliate, and no offense to affiliates, I'm honestly surprised I'm a partner. I think I should probably be just an affiliate, but I'm happy I got in, and it's a lifetime thing unless you mess up, right? If you're affiliate, I think if you get a discount, you should, but it should be far less because it's so much easier to get affiliate, right? Like they basically have set it up so you can get there in no time at all. And I'm, again, no shade. I know there are people like that young lady I talked about in that panel that's been working her tail off for 10 years and absolutely deserves to be a partner. But the rules are the rules. They're set up in a way, right? Maybe like the referral thing to get you a discount, Twitch can work on some more creative ways for you to get the ticket price down for you. I would like to see that. But I'm thinking about it from a business standpoint, not an emotional standpoint. Those are very different things. From an emotional standpoint, I think if you're a streamer, you should get a ticket. But imagine how crazy that place would be. Randy said, I also think celebrities should be more on alert, but that also doesn't mean I blame them for the bad behavior of the approaching fan. Anyone in general can become too comfortable with their surroundings. It's just about safety on everyone's part. But if she had security, it was really all on them, and she was probably relying on them, and so she wouldn't have to watch everyone. You know, I don't know. I don't disagree with that at all. I don't know how you train security people, what to look for. And it would be interesting to see the perspective in the moment of how this guy came in. Was he behaving normally until he got past them? Again, I haven't seen the video. I feel bad. I should have watched the video. I don't want to watch it on here because I don't want to perpetuate this. I'll watch it later so we can have more conversation on it later. Like the guy could have known how to make it look like nothing was going down. You know, some people are sadly too good at it. I probably shouldn't be speaking to it. That's probably the answer. Because clearly I don't know all the details. And guys, I'm all about facts. Walking Miracle said, I would be curious to hear from someone who's gone to TwitchCon US and Europe to compare. Do they do others? Teaguesta might be a good person to ask. I think she did go to the TwitchCon Australia. Wasn't that the other one? I think it's Australia. I think there's just the two. Or Amsterdam was 1 year. I don't know where this year was. It was Amsterdam 2 years ago. Maybe it was again this year. Or was it? It was London. It was London. I think Teaguesta went to both, but I could be wrong. I should definitely jump in her stream and ask her. And for some reason, I see David Vu's comments appearing over here, but not in my chat. Where did they go? Let me look on YouTube. Sorry, David. Hold on. Wait. That's weird. They just appeared down here below, but those were comments from earlier. Okay, I thought I missed something new. Nadu, yes, all booked for the Extra Life event. For those of you who don't know, I was invited to Extra Life Unlocked, which will be the first, or is that second weekend of November? Second weekend, technically, because November 1st is on a Saturday. So on the 7th, 8th, and 9th, I'm headed to Salt Lake City, Utah for Extra Life Unlocked. They were very generous and reached out and said, hey, and I think I got invited to this a few years ago to actually speak, but I couldn't go. So I was bummed about that, but I think it was conflict with something else the same weekend, or money maybe. But this time they reached out and said, hey, we want to have you at Extra Life Unlocked. It's a weekend-long event, but most actually things happen on Saturday. All day Saturday, there's like events and panels, kind of. I'm still getting the full vibe, the full like rundown for how this thing goes and what it is. I'm probably going to find out most when I get there. But anyway, I was invited and they offered to pay for the hotel, and most of my food will be provided while I'm there. So all I had to do really was provide airfare and like an Uber or Lyft over to the facility, which is real close to the airport. From what I'm reading online. So all in, I don't have to spend that much money. And I think it's a great opportunity for myself and for our Extra Life team to learn more and maybe make some connections that would be really beneficial to us raising money for Extra Life and Children's Miracle Network hospitals. This is a good segue over to this. So I will be making an official announcement on Friday about, and I hope I have more details to share on Friday. I got some work to do this week about our big Extra Life weekend. So stay tuned for that. But I did get started before leaving for TwitchCon on contacting companies. I shored up, thanks to Shep actually, who was kind enough to, or will be going to, reach out to Gary V to see if maybe there's a chance we get them on board. And if we don't, it's fine. No ill will, hard feelings towards anyone. It would just be a cool get, right? Because much respect for Gary V and V Friends. But I started reaching out to companies, and I put together, I have a contact list from previous years. I can't show you all because it has like email addresses and stuff. But I went ahead and reached out to $7 a pop. They're in. $7 a pop is going to give us a couple of $50 gift cards, one for their website and one for their mystery grail things. The box where you might get a super high-end pop. And I'll be making announcements on social about this soon as well. I reached out to Abominable Toys, but I already kind of got a verbal agreement from Connor during New York Comic Con that they'll be on board, so I'm excited about that. And again, if any of these don't pan out, no ill will towards these companies, but what I want to do is feature them and talk about them so you guys know, hey, these are awesome people, and it's awesome that they're supporting us. So $7 a pop and Abominable Toys should be on board. Jessica with Evil's Toy Lair, who gave just a ton of stuff last year, has already verbally agreed to be a part of it this year. I reached out to my buddy Tony at Hero Within, waiting to hear back from him. I reached out to artist Jared Mariama, waiting to hear back from him. Chalice Collectibles, reached out to him, waiting to hear back. Priscilla has already done a ton to help us this year, and she is like an all-time sponsor. We'll be putting her logo all over everything to say thank you. She gave me even more stuff at the con for even the box game, but she's done so much this year for Extra Life already. Top Pops, I reached out to Tristan and said, hey, you got a bunch of connections with companies. Could you maybe connect us with some companies that you work with that might be willing to help? And U2's is on board. I reached out to U2's. Well, first, Tristan reached out to U2's. They emailed me. They said, we hear you're doing a thing. Can we give you some prizes to give away? We got U2's on board, thanks to Tristan. So big shout out to Top Pops. I'm communicating with him, and I also asked him, what would you do to promote this? Like, what kind of content would you create? Again, in my endeavor to create more content, I want to create more videos, so hopefully I can do stuff like, hey, here's the prizes from this company, blah, 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 and see if we can get some momentum. Big one, as always, Turtle Beach is on board. Talk to Turtle Beach. My buddy over there said, as always, we're on board. In the past, they have given us, I want to say the average amount of product they give us is worth $1,000 a year. Controllers, keyboards, mice, mouse pads, headphones, headphone holders. They're amazing. They're amazing always. They don't hesitate. I saw my contact from Turtle Beach last year at Twitch Con. I didn't see him this year. And he's just no hesitation. He's like, yes, we want to do this for the kids. So we got some people on board. I have a list of more people to talk to. Many of whom won't do email. I got to text them. I already got a verbal agreement from Nelson at Fugitive Toys to be a part of it. So I'm very excited about having him on board as well. And I'll make the ask again, for all of you. Think about the people that you know, the people in your life, your relatives, friends. Don't reach out and talk to anybody you don't feel comfortable doing so. Don't commit to anything or promise anything or put yourself in harm's way. But if the opportunity arises or you think, hey, I forgot such and such works for Pokemon. Can I reach out to Pokemon and see if maybe they do something? It doesn't hurt, right? I put together a document. I call it a media kit that's got information about me and my following. It's got the photos of everybody from the team included this year. It talks about what money we've raised over the last 5 years and our total, which is over $217,000 in our first 5 years. This is year 6 for us. This is year 7 for me in total because I did it once many years ago with Nerd Foo. But it's got all that information in there because I think what happens is you reach out to somebody and they're like, I've heard of Extra Life, but I don't really know what it is. I don't know who these people are. Are they just going to get the thing and like keep it? So this media kit is meant to help with that. So if you've got somebody you want to reach out to and you'd like the media kit, please hit me up with a Twitter DM and I can drop it to you. It's just a PDF or a PNG. And reach out to them and say, hey, our friend Sully is leading Nerds Unite. I'm part of the team. Would love to see if you'd be willing to contribute anything. That would be so kind. And if you feel comfortable even further, let them know, hey, we're looking for... now you just DM me on Twitter and I can drop it for you. I'm not going to just put it out publicly because you never know what people do with things, right? I'd rather send it to people I know already and I know will do good with it. I lost my thought there. Sorry, that's not on you. That's on me and my old brain. But anyway, we've got a great start going and we'll be doing in about a month. will be our big push for that weekend. I'm already thinking of changes. I've already been thinking of changes all year. It's going to do things a little differently. I don't think we'll be streaming in the middle of the night. While it's great to do to keep it going on a marathon, Brian pointed this out before. He's like, does having a stream at 2 a.m. really do much? He's probably right. So I'm thinking about, we'll figure our hours out. And if somebody wants to go late into the middle of the night, cool. But we'll be doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll be streaming a lot. We'll have a schedule. If you donate, you have a chance to win prizes. I want to put together a form and say, if you donate, you got to fill out this form to be eligible for prizes. So for anybody, maybe Savage, you've already streamed, or Priscilla, you've already streamed. I know that adds a little bit of a twist that we didn't talk about before, but I spend way too much time trying to track people down for their information to ship their prizes. If this year you donate, then fill out a form, and it has your address and your phone number and your email, then when it comes time to send prizes, I can just pull it together, put it in a box, ship it, and be done. Really, really simple on me, gets it all done more quickly, leaves less conversation back and forth, which is the bane of my existence, because people don't know how to communicate. If they fill out the form, we're just done with it and we move on, right? Super simple. So to those of you who've already raised some money, once the form's ready, you can reach out to people who've sent you money and go, hey, if you're donating, you have a chance to win some prizes. Fill this out if you want the prizes. You don't have to if you don't want to. You just won't be eligible for prizes. Pretty simple. Natty will send me a DM. Awesome. Priscilla said, I think when we had a bigger NFT community with internationals, 2 a.m. might have been good for the different time zones, but I feel like we're mostly back to the U.S. time zone as far as the community goes. Yeah, I think so too. I fought this last year, and then I realized after we did the weekend, I'm like, did I need to fight that? Like, Brian was probably right. Maybe it was because, like, in the moment, he made it seem like, well, who cares? And he ultimately was right, but I was kind of hurt. I was like, well, I think we should all care. I'm realizing if we just up front say we're not going to do nonstop, we're going to do it the times that make the most sense. Exactly, Miss Jessie Star. So I think that's fair. We are changing the rules a little bit after, like Priscilla's already raised some money, so those people don't know. But in the Extra Life system, you can send a message to people after the fact. So she could, if she wanted to, send a message to those people that just says, hey, we've got prizes, and if you want to be eligible, thank you for your donation. If you want to be eligible, fill out this form. That's it, and you can get your prizes if you win. Walking Miracle says, you were streaming to YouTube last year, right? Your content from then would be great to share. Oh, that's smart, Walking Miracle. Yeah, some links to what we did in the past. That's very good thought. I should put that in the media kit. Good call. Right now, I don't have any links in the media kit because I wanted to make it a standalone image that was really simple and wouldn't get held up by any kind of filters or anything. But we could put it in the email that I send out to people. That's a great thought. I'm going to put that in my to-do list. Extra Life. I've got a whole bunch of Extra Life items. Links to previous Extra Life streams. I put up a... Well, Priscilla, I didn't really tell everybody. That's going to be Friday's big announcement is the exact dates. I think I've alluded to it. There's no harm in telling it here, but Friday will be our official announcement. I'll put on social. But the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of November is what we're aiming for. What we're going to do. What we're going to do. Don't want to say aiming for because I got to commit to it. I'm busy the first weekend of November, the second week in November, and the last week in November. It's the only opportunity for me, and we need to get it done. Don't want to wait till December. We need to get it done then. That'll give more time for people to get we can do auctions and people can get their donations in before December 31st, which is the cutoff for donations to count. So we got to move. Ideally, would have done it November 7th, but that's the weekend of the Extra Life Unlocked thing, so had to push it. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So again, if you Autumn's Toys, I can hear the song. It almost works. So again, if you think, hey, tech, 19 months, if you think you know somebody and you're willing to reach out and you need help with that, DM me. I can give you the media kit. I can give you the wording I use in the email I reach out with. The thing that we do promise them is if they donate some things, some prizes, we'll put their logo up on the screen. I'm going to put their links in the chat, the auto chat, so it'll go out to people. Hey, Justin Clayton. I don't think it's the same weekend as DCon. I think DCon is my birthday weekend. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. DCon is November 14th through 16th, the weekend before this. Then our Extra Life weekend, and then that Thursday would be Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Apparently I put a big emphasis on Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. I don't know if I'm still saying it right. I might see if I can join in since it's the weekend after DCon. I'll have to. Priscilla, you let us know how you want to, your availability, what you want to do. I'm hoping to get Savage's help again for the schedule this year. I'll reach out to her. We do have a team Twitter group set up. So if you'd like to join in on that, if you're going to be a part of the team and do some streaming and stuff like that, and you'd like to join in, let me know. I can put you in the group. That way we can all communicate there. Probably would make more sense to be on Discord, but I hate Discord, so. Hey, what's up, Tech? I hope you're doing well, bud. Justin said, cool. Okay, good. We're all on the same page there. What else was I going to do today? You guys feel good about that? Twitch Con, Extra Life. Absolutely. I'll do it right now, Priscilla, so I don't forget. We haven't been real active, but it's time to get that way. Time to get there. Where is... I can search. Extra. There it is. And go to the info on it and add people and Valor and Vellum. Add it. I don't think you can see previous messages, but Nadu, I would love to go to DCon, but the expense and the amount of time that takes up in my November would be a bit too much. I do love DCon. I'd like to go back in future years, but for this year, Kelly's been trying to figure out something to do for my birthday, and I think she's already planned something. And she even asked, she's like, "Do you want to do DCon for your birthday?" I was like, it turns out to be so much money. So much money. So I told her, no, let's not do that. Let's do something that we can both enjoy, and maybe get some family involved. So it looks like on my birthday day, the Kraken are playing, the hockey team here, and we're probably going to go to that. We've got, she's got some friends that have amazing seats, and they've said you can use them. So we're probably going to go to that. Also, Macy has a performance that weekend, on my birthday. So we're going to go to see her aerial thing, and I don't want Kelly to even think about missing that. I don't want to miss it. Savage, awesome. Thank you. Great to have you on board. Shep said, also want to let you know, Sully, I'll of course update you when I have anything on. Shep, I have no doubt whatsoever. And again, I don't know if you heard me earlier. I appreciate everything you're doing. And if for any reason we don't get the answer that we wanted, or they just shut you down and say no hard feelings. What I appreciate is you willing to take the steps and try this. It means the world to me. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, Nadu, I want to talk about that next. Great call. Then we can get to Justin Clayton's question. So I put this on Twitter yesterday. I did start getting some merch together for Extra Life using our logo. And if we scroll back here we go. I put the tweet here. I'll drop the tweet in the chat in case you want to participate in the conversation that I've tried to start here on Twitter. Why is it only going to YouTube? I'll drop it here too. There we go. I'll just go to the website. That's going to be way easier. So on the Nerds Unite website, which is nerdsunite.online, I'm going to have a landing page that's all things Extra Life. I did it last year. I think I can literally go back and turn it on and just make edits. But there's the Nerds Unite merch up at the top, far corner above the free NFT for this week. Nerds Unite merch. Click on that. That brings you to the area that I have set up using Shopify with Printful as our facilitator, our printer for everything. And there is a new... Sorry, I'm still on high alert after the phishing scam, and I just got a text that says, here's your verification code to add a new device. But then when I look down, it has to do with a crypto website that I don't even use. It's just a scam to get me to click on that link or call that phone number. Anyway, if you click on the Nerds Unite collection, I've added 2 items so far, and we can add more, but I want to talk with you guys about what I'm planning on doing. First and foremost, I added a nice hoodie. I don't think we've done a lot of hoodies in the past. So if you take a look at this, this is the same. I have the Turtles hoodie in green with the Turtles logo on there. But I've also made this one available. I don't like that the strings go over the logo in those images. I need to fix that. I think there's an image. There's not. I need to fix that for sure. I'm still working on all this. But you can get the hoodie. It's a really high quality hoodie and it's not expensive. We will make a profit of $10 per hoodie at $38.99. That profit will be donated to Extra Life. So if you order the hoodie at $38.99, $10 will be donated to Extra Life. Same thing with the shirt. The shirt that I put up so far, and I'll put more, this is the Comfort Colors shirt, similar to a lot of the ones that I put up in the early days of building out the merch. I'm also going to add the, is it Stella and something? I forget what it's called, or Bella and something. And I'll show these shirts to you guys as we get a little further along. Hopefully Friday I'll have more to show. A thicker shirt. It's like a thicker 90s cut. This is like a normal t-shirt you would order from something, another website or an event or whatever. They're nice quality. They're really nice quality. I like the Comfort Colors a lot. It's a unisex tee. It comes in a lot of colors too. You can get the black, the navy, which I think is my favorite, graphite. That was called True Navy. This is navy. There's not much of a difference. Actually, I think regular navy is my favorite. Midnight, chambray, and white. If you want to choose that, sizes go from small to 4XL. The price for a 2XL, 3XL, 4XL is a little bit more because of the amount of material, but the same thing goes here. It's $29.99 for a t-shirt, but with every order, $10 will be donated to Extra Life. I have not ordered my samples yet. I'll be doing that this week, and that means I'll have them well before Extra Life starts. But if you guys want to order, you certainly can. These are both tried and true products. Or if you want to wait until I add more products, you can do that. So you're paying, the shipping is basically combined for all of your items that you order. Hats, beanies, things like that that require embroidery, we're going to run into a little problem. I'm going to have to do some vectorization of the logo. That was hand-drawn in Procreate. I'm going to have to make it slightly different for embroidery purposes. That's too complex. So I'll be cleaning that up and vectorizing it and making it available to be used on embroidery, so that if you want to order a hat or a beanie or whatever. I also got the recommendation for, and Walking Miracle gave this feedback, stickers, magnets, buttons, which I can certainly do. But from a financial standpoint, if I put stickers and magnets on Shopify, they get very expensive for you and we don't donate much money. I will be doing stickers. I've already designed it and I'm working on getting the estimate, like the boarding pass with our Extra Life logo in there instead of the Twitch Con or the New York Comic Con inspired, in multiple variants. I'm going to be working on like a foil and a glow in the dark and things like that. So I'm working on that and getting the pricing together, and hopefully Friday I can show off what I've designed, and we can do pre-orders like we've done in the past, and I'll give you guys the option to buy like 1 or 5 or whatever. Buy a bundle where you get all the guaranteed variants. Going to work on that again because that's worked well for us in the past. So Autumn's Toys, no pins. Getting pins manufactured right now would be very difficult because of the tariffs and that situation. It might be months before we could get them in. So I'm avoiding pins. Magnets I'm going to be working on. Boutons I might work on. I've got to investigate the cost and then the best execution on how to get them to you. I.e., if it's a magnet, I can put it in an envelope, I can ship it to you for 70 cents or include it with your stickers, right? If it's a button, everything changes. Everything changes because now you're talking about going to a padded envelope and your shipping goes from 70 cents to $6. So buttons may be something I go and put on the Shopify and you add to your order and you get all together. I've got to research that. Do they have jersey options? That's a great question. Let's go to my tweet. Down here, I provided a link to all their options. So if we click on that, anybody can do this. You can click on it and see what there is. And let's look up jersey. I don't think they do on this website, but let's See matching products 19. I think everything will be a jersey material. Oh, wait, what is this? A basketball jersey. Oh, so they're doing it like a full printed, full bleed. What kind of jersey are you talking about? There's a recycled unisex baseball jersey. So it wouldn't have a patch. It would be printed. That will require me to do design work to do a full over. What kind of jersey were you thinking? Walking Miracle said, I see the stickers, etc. as a cheaper option, which could give you the option for having them cost more, so more go exactly. So what I'll do is I'll get the stickers printed. We'll do a pre-order like we normally do. I'll be able to get stickers printed at $1 something versus $4 on their website, Printful. It's not 4, but round up, right? In that, you'd have to order the sticker yourself, pay the markup, and shipping. I can do it way cheaper and make us more money by doing it myself, and I definitely want to do that because it's worked. It's tried and true. Shipping will be so much easier when they create teleportation. I agree. I'm scared to death of it, and I'm ready for it. Yeah, Nadu, that's good feedback. Any kind I want. Well, that's tricky too, because I have to design for the jersey. And in order for me to do the design work and make it worthwhile, I need to know what kind of jersey people would be interested in. And if there is an interest, is there anybody else interested in jerseys? I don't want to downplay it at all, Nadu. If other people are excited, I'm excited. But if it's only going to be 2 people, I don't think financially it makes sense. My time and the amount will be donated to Extra Life. Top Pops Games just subscribed for 64 months. Thank you, Top Pops. I was just singing your praises. Thank you so much for the help and connecting us with U2s, who's already on board to help our Extra Life efforts this year. They were amazing. They emailed me Friday. I got back to them today, a little longer than I would normally take, but Twitch Con got in the way. And they immediately have already responded and said, we're in. It's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you. Walking Miracle says, yeah, I wasn't sure if you were looking to do those all over print ones. I've never done them before. I think it'd be fun. I think I could do the design work, but gotta make sure it's worthwhile, right? So you're thinking gamer jersey, Darth Wacko. They have that. That's more that thin material. I personally would never wear one because of my body type, but other people like them. Walking Miracle says, I feel like the t-shirts really work as our uniform. I kind of agree. Ali says, what about a zip-up jacket? I can add that to the list. That's pretty easy, I think. I don't know what other kind of design work I'd have to do that. I'd have to look at it. Shep said, I understand that stack reference by the... Oh, wait, I missed a comment. I'm sorry, Top Pops. Where is it? I missed the first one. How did I miss a whole comment? Glad I could help. I see that one. Awesome. Shep said, I understand that stack reference, just so you know. How did I miss an entire thing? Mad Clatter, welcome and thank you for coming by. I appreciate you. How are you doing today? First time chat. Awesome. Thank you for coming by. Bomber jacket, if decently priced, would be great. These are tricky. It's not just slap a logo on there and walk away. It's designed for the particular item. Here's a bomber jacket, they call it. That is pretty dope. It's not so custom. They print the material, then make it. So that makes a difference. But that looks pretty cool. I do like that. There's a video of the guy wearing this. It's basically, I would call it more of a track jacket, not a bomber jacket, but any interest in that? So that's the kind of things I need to know. If you guys could drop that on the tweet that I put out, specific once, and I can do the research. But again, if we're going to sell 1 or 2, no offense, I don't think it makes a lot of sense for me to have to do a whole bunch of special design work. Shirts are more universal. Hoodies are more universal. We're definitely doing stickers. I think magnets are easy to do. Boutons, we'll see. Darth Wacko says, if you size up on those gamer jerseys, they work well for dad bod types. I wear an XL, but it a 2XL on the second one I got, and it was a great decision. I loved it. Yeah, I'm very finicky about what I wear, colors and style. Like Roosevelt's or Results, depending on which people you ask, they make great stuff, right? Great art. I can't stand the material they use, and I don't think I'll ever own one of their shirts because of it. I would never wear it. Somebody said poll on Twitter. I could definitely narrow it down to poll items, but we've got a lot of things being thrown around right now, so that's kind of tricky. We are limited, I think, on the number of items in a poll. I know, I'm not trying to be difficult, but it is difficult, right? I have to, when it comes to this, I have to figure out how do I use my time to best, most efficiently raise money, right? So doing the design of the logo and then putting it on things pretty easy, but once we have to design and add more to it, I have to weigh out, should I be spending my time on the design work or communicating with the sticker company? Should I be spending my time on design work or reaching out to new companies for prizes, right? Tricky. It's tricky. Bad Clatter says, good man. It was nice meeting you at the con. Hey, nice to meet you too. Thank you so much for coming by. I do appreciate it. I met quite a few people. Where did I meet you, Mad Clatter? Because I'm not referencing the gamer or the Twitch tag with a face. But if I knew where I met you, I would probably remember it better. Hopefully. My brain, remembering things, getting trickier and trickier. But yeah, I had a great time at Twitch Con and loved meeting new people and talking shop, and it was really good. It was really good. That's exactly it. Simply providing us with the link to... Yeah, perfect. Matt Clatter said, at the booth, I think you gave me a boarding pass. Oh, yes, yeah. Were you there with a lady that had darker eyeshadow? Because I think that was you. I think I met you there. If not, I apologize. Yeah, that was at our friend Priscilla. Yeah, it was. Okay, beautiful. I think I saw you at the airport, too. I think y'all were flying out on Sunday afternoon about the same time I was. But y'all were mid-conversation. I didn't want to interrupt. Yeah, right, Poppin' Stock? For real. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Probably doesn't matter. Oh, the booth. That was Priscilla's booth. My friend Valor and Vellum, who's here in the chat. She's wonderful. She streams occasionally. Usually when she's like getting stuff ready for a con and does chatting. She helps us with Extra Life. So yeah, you should follow Priscilla on here as well. Let me shout her out. If you would like, you don't have to do anything you don't want. My booth. Yeah, it was her booth. I did have a couple people come by. One person, Kitty was her name. I don't remember seeing her in the chat, but it might be like a longer name with Kitty in it. She came by. I was like, hey, I know you. I've watched your stream, and that was kind of cool. I'm definitely on the smaller end of the scale of partnered streamers. Hearing some of those people shout out their numbers, I was like, dang, like that's impressive what you do. But I was surprised to see, like, I interacted with a few people, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a partner, and then I looked at their numbers and they were even smaller. So there's such a range, such a range of what people do. Mad Clatter, thank you for coming by. We've been talking about TwitchCon. We did kind of a recap. Now we've been talking about Extra Life. So I'm the leader of our team, Nerds Unite for Extra Life. Nerds Unite is my motto. You'll see it everywhere. And you saw it on the boarding pass. And we're doing Extra Life again this year, raising money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. We're going to be doing our big push the weekend of November 21st, 22nd, 23rd. If you want to mark your calendar and come back by. What we're going to be doing is playing games and interacting with people. But a twist I took on it years ago. Mad Clatter, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes. Yeah, we had a great conversation. We're going to be raising money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. And the twist that we put on it years ago, or maybe not a twist, but what we reach and try to do is I reach out to companies and I get them to commit to giving us prizes. And in the past, we've given out anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 worth of prizes. Yes, you heard me right. $5,000 to $20,000 worth of prizes each year. This year, I've already got Turtle Beach on board. I've $7 a pop. I just got U2s to commit, thanks to our friend Top Pops, who was here in the chat. We got a few companies on board. We got more on the way. $7 a pop. I bet I'll be able to get Sean with Display Geek to commit. I've got other companies I'm just waiting to hear back from, but you'll donate. And if you donate like as little as $10, I think is the minimum that we usually go with, you'll be eligible to win some prizes. The more you donate, the more prizes you'll be able to win. Turtle Beach in the past has given me some really nice headphones and keyboards and even some of those really cool programmable controllers that work on Xbox or PlayStation. They've given me a lot of stuff. So we've given away some great stuff over the years. I've given away a Nintendo Switch. I've given away a VR headset, number of things. And we'll be working again to do that this year. So if that's something that's important to you, be sure you followed, come back by. We're giving more details on our big weekend, but that weekend of November 21st through 23rd is when we're going to do our big push. Lots of people from the community will be streaming. We'll be doing all kinds of fun stuff. So hopefully you'll come back by and maybe share with your community as well if you're willing, friends, family, whatever. Children's Miracle Network Hospital is such a great charity. What Extra Life does is amazing. This is our 6th year. In our first 5 years, we raised $217,000. I'm really, really proud of our group for that. I can't wait to go share that at Extra Life Unlocked and tell people that, because there's going to be the opportunity to meet with some companies that might support us as well. And I'm gonna print out our media kit and take it with me to hand out to some of these folks to see if I can get their attention to support us as well. Because, the more big names we have on board and that are willing to share, the more money we can raise for the kids. And I'm excited about that. What's up, Sith Jedi? How are you? Bomber jacket would be sick, said Justin Clayton. Priscilla said you need to make it to the Diamond Partner Lounge and get us the food from there too. Is that a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. Isn't it savage? I do not take credit for myself and never will on this. I am a part of the team. It's all of us together that make it happen. I just kind of, for that time, get in there and do what I can, But it's you guys that push me to do it in the first place, and it's you guys that come back year after year and you donate and you help and you spread the word, and it just always gives me such a sense of peace and accomplishment, and just makes me feel so good that we do that as a group. Let's see. Priscilla said yes. Oh, I thought you were joking. I found out from our neighbor that some select partners have a diamond on their badge that allows them into an even more exclusive lounge. That'd be so cool. That'd be so cool. Walking Miracle, getting the social posts about Extra Life in front of a larger audience than just those who already know about it would be huge. I agree. I got to put it on the list. I got to put it on this list. X account. I have been reading a thing, or several things, but seeing a common trend. Trying to come up with the right wording here. Gary V's been talking about it a lot, and he's saying that if you have an account that's been around for a while and you're not seeing a lot of traction, it's probably because the algorithm has started to work against you. You've been doing it for so long and trying so many things that don't work that the algorithm doesn't like you. And that for some companies and individuals, it's actually better to start a brand new account and see if you can push that. So I think in the vein of trying that out, maybe this year we should start a Nerds Unite for Extra Life account and start trying to get some momentum going there. Because maybe if we start fresh and it has a charity push and focus on it, it will have better legs. It'll get spread to more people. So I think I may do that this year. Set up a Nerds Unite for Extra Life Twitter account, maybe even an Instagram one too. And I can still use my account to retweet it, to share it, to whatever. But we'll make that the focal point, and that can have better details, and it'll be, I think, a cleaner explanation of what we're doing. Give people somewhere to focus on for questions, things like that. So I think I'll look into doing that. I just had the brain fart idea jumped in there. Not just a fart. It was a brain fart specifically. Walking Miracle said a retweet from someone like Gary V, for example, getting it into the V Friends community via our friends who are active. Well, exactly. I mean, that's always been the dream, right? Is can you get somebody who has a big enough social following to share it and gain it some more momentum? And if we can do that, we can do so much more. So, yes, Darth Wacko, exactly. So I think I'll get that going this week. So I'll more details on that on Friday. Get you guys in there and get you help following and sharing and all that stuff. More target, exactly. Yeah, I think I'm glad that just popped back into the old noggin. We got to give that a shot. Okay, so for anybody who's new here, one of the things, it's called NF Tuesday on my stream. You don't. If you've heard NFTs before and you have a negative thought about it, please don't. Hang with me. Listen. What we've been in the NFT space here, thanks to Funko, who has their own NFTs for like 5 years now. and I started creating my own. So something I do every Tuesday is I give away a free NFT. No questions, no future needs. You don't have to do anything. You literally just have to have a Wax account. Wax is one of the platforms. It's pretty much the easiest one to use from what I can see. It's the one that we spend most of our time on. It's free to get an account. If you've not done it before, you can go to my cloud wallet and set up an account. And these NFTs that I give away are not using AI. I know that bothers some people. There's the link there and there. I don't know why it's not showing there, but you can get a free wallet, and then you can use a site like Atomic Hub to maintain your wallet and look at the NFTs that you've got. So what I ask, if you would like a free NFT, you just set up that wallet, and then you go fill out the form. You get that by typing !free NFT in the chat, or you just look for it, should be pinned at the top. Fill out the form, and I airdrop it to you. Been doing this for years. I think consecutively I've done like a year and a half of a free NFT every Tuesday. And then it's just a fun thing to acquire and keep. And we do some fun things with the NFTs over time. We'll be doing some NFTs during our big push for Extra Life, or if you donate like a certain amount of money, you'll get a special NFT. I'll be working on those with the rest of our streamers to get something fun going again this year. It's just a fun way to collect digitally instead of physically. End of story. Pretty simple. Yeah, problem solved. I want to talk about that for sure. Thank you, Mock and Lazarus. Yeah, based on Welcome to Dairy, I did an NFT this week. I usually try to theme them around a pop culture thing. I wish I'd remember it was Back to the Future Day, but I have done some fun Back to the Future NFTs in the past. If anybody wanted to go back and look, those are up on my collection for sure. You might be able to find them in the market for sale. I don't think I left them open where I could mint more, so I won't be doing that, but you might be able to find them on the market as well. We need to talk about NFTs and Droppp while we have a chance here. I do have a box here. I don't know why I have to get this box, because you all know what they look like, but I do have one I have not opened yet. I think instead of doing that on stream like I normally do, I think I'm going to be doing this as a separate video so I can share my box opening. You do see here, got a hell of a crease, but I'm not fearful of what's inside this box. Funko does great packaging, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to be opening those. But what we do have with the Funko NFTs is we do have a very important snapshot tomorrow. For those of you who have collected before and or haven't collected in a while, I saw some tweets saying basically need a little refresher. Tomorrow is the snapshot for West Coast Avengers. So Funko put out these NFTs months ago, and tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific, they're going to go in and they're going to take a snapshot of what everyone is currently holding. And if you have legendaries or grails, or I think there's an ultra for that one as well, after 11 a.m. tomorrow, you'll be getting your redemption coins. You also have the ability to complete a royalty set for West Coast Avengers. I have not looked at the pricing on this lately, but if you collect one of every common, uncommon, rare, and epic, you will complete a royalty set, and for each one of those, you'll also get a redemption coin that'll get you a physical pop. For this one, the Mockingbird Ultra, which would be LE 5000, but I believe there was a burn on this one. Let's look at Pop and Stock's website for an update on that. I know there was a burn on this one, but not VOM. Nope, not VOM.com. If we look at, only 3 left. If we look at West Coast Avengers, we click on the little Marvel logo there. We had a 32% burn. So that means you take out 32% of the 5,000, which is what, a little over 1,500 that are not even possible to complete, right? Ish. Somewhere in that ballpark. There's a little leniency, little variation of the math. Only 1,140 royalty sets have been completed. So there's a real chance that the royalty could be as low as 1,150, under 1,200, something like that. For the Ultra, that's what you were referring to, Red Ranger, when I started talking about it, and then I jumped ship. It was 5,000 pieces. So far, 3,353 have been pulled from packs. Likely it'll be under 3,400 pieces, piece count on those, and those will have the stickers, will have the actual number of the number sent out. Only 2 logos will remain in a couple of days. It's so sad, Pop and Stock. And then for the other ones, for the legendaries, you got High Evolutionary sitting at about $23. Claw sitting at $17.19. Scarlet Witch is the most popular. I got lucky enough to pull 2 of those. Those are at $60 a piece. Wonder Man, $29, and the Tigra and the Ultron Grails. I did good. I think I bought Ultron at like $150. So it turned out pretty good. I've already got like a $70 profit before we even get the physical pop in. And I may pick up Claw and High Evolutionary to try to complete my mastery set. But I do have 2 royalty sets already completed. Please, please, please remind your friends. I've got a few extra epics I need to get put up for sale here. They're not going to fetch a lot of money, but it's something. Or if anybody needs one of these epics, I can trade you. I've got an extra Claw, Loki, and Wonder Man. If you need those and want to do a trade, I could do a trade with you. Let me know. But I do still have, important note, because there's a checklist of things you need to do when there's a snapshot. I do have some unopened packs. I'm debating what to do with them. So I have 2 unopened premium packs. One, they're worth $45.88-ish. I could probably sell them for at least $45. They might be going up per Professor Josh's comment earlier. Got 2 of those. I also have, for the upcoming Thundercats, I've got 3 of those. They're at $56 a piece. I'm probably selling at least 1 or 2 of those. But what to do with the Marvel premium packs? I think I got to open them. I think I need to open them. I think we need a last pack opening here on stream. At least 1 or 2 before this. It may all end. It may all end. Nadu, that's a pretty great idea. That is a pretty great idea. Let me think on that a minute. Let's see. Darth Wacko said I was hoping to steal a Scarlet Witch for around 25 to 30, but I never got lucky. Well, now, Darth Wacko, we're reaching that important point where tomorrow the redemption coins will go out, and we have seen a number of times that the redemption coins sell for less than the NFT sold for. So I would keep your eye on there tomorrow and Thursday for sure, because there's a really good chance it'll drop. Will it drop to 30? I don't know. 40 to 50 seems very reasonable, but 25 to 30, I don't know. I mean, you're talking about a pop that's going to be numbered to, let's look at Pop and Stock's website, Scarlet Witch. I got to respond to that. There was only a possibility of 1,900 in total, but you got the burn, and then you have some that haven't been pulled from packs. The piece count on that is going to be probably under 1,300 pieces. So you're talking about a Marvel character, very popular character. Yes, it's from the comic books, not from the movies, but still, pretty cool mold, under 1,300 pieces. If this were a... If this was one of the limited drops from Funko and the same stats were at play and they just sold 1,300 of them, it'd be like $150 pop. Crazy. Randy, I'm debating. I have the money to buy it. I mean, you're always so generous with me. You certainly don't need to send me anything. But I'm debating whether or not I want it or not. Looking at the pop, it's kind of cool. We could go back to the drops and look at Marvel Collector Corps, or I'm sorry, not Marvel Collector Corps, brain fart, Marvel West Coast Avengers, and we could look at the physical collectibles, and we've got, I'm getting that one, High Evolutionary looks pretty cool. I love the chrome. I think it looks like chrome or metallic. I love that. Scarlet Witch is good pose, and it's the comic book style. I like that. I'm glad I got the 2 of those. Claw is a very simple one, but I kind of dig the simplicity. So I think I might be picking that up. And then I have the others, Wonder Man, Mockingbird. And then I'll get Freddy Funko as Hawkeye is the royalty. If you're lucky enough, I've got 2 of those that'll be coming to me. So I'm still debating, Randy. Give him the high Evo and he can give me the Scarlet. No. Nadu's idea, donate to rip packs, is pretty good. Pretty good. You know what? I like this idea. We can do donations and do a random spin for the slot number. We don't have to sell the whole pack. So I'm still getting a chance at some stuff out of that pack. I like this idea. Anybody else interested in maybe making a donation? Now we need to decide the amount on a slot for a chance to win something. Oh, Randy, come on. Randy, you're too sweet. Come on. You did not have to do that. I I sure appreciate you, but come on. No way, Randy. High evolutionary in my wall. Thank you so much. You really didn't have to, but I appreciate you so much. Can't blame a guy for trying. I sure can. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That was very sweet. I'm super excited about that. So now I gotta buy Claw. I'm required to buy Claw. Randy's been too generous. Thanks to Randy, I got almost all the rare stickers. I'm really close to completing that set. Look at this. I've got all the common stickers that have been given out by Funko at the events, plus the Arcade Season 1 and 2, and I've got all the rares. I just need to acquire the first SDCC rare. There's only 2 listed. I'm not spending $235. If we can get, if somebody goes to sell one of those, hopefully eventually I'll be able to grab it up. If Funko finally makes the announcement and says we're done, I anticipate these all to come down in price. If Funko says, hey guys, we retooled it all, we're back, better than ever, new way we're doing things, or at least we're picking up where we left off, welcome back, I'll just debate what I'm going to do and how I can grab it. But I do want to get complete on everything except the one-of-ones and like these collectibles. Well, these are one-of-ones, but like that. I think I'm like 98% complete on all the NFTs, including legendaries, grails, royalties, all the promo ones, all the freebies they gave away back in the day randomly. I could really use an ultra grail. Oh yes, I thought that was such a great pop that I immediately in those first few days bought one for $150, and I almost never buy a grail, but I thought this is such a cool grail. I just clicked away from the actual. I love the NFT itself, and I think the pop is going to be amazing. Which one? West Coast Avengers is a Droppp exclusive. Yes, because it's Marvel owned by Disney. You're still hunting for 3 rares. Misty, are they crazy on the wait. Rares number 1, 2, and 5. How's that work? They should have much bigger numbers than that. Do you just mean first slot, second slot, and 5th slot? Is that what you mean? So like you're missing this one? I mean, 8 cents ain't bad. Oh, the stickers. I'm sorry. Yeah, the stickers. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, they're not easy to get. Randy spent some money on those. I still have some drop codes, by the way, that I can give out too, all the way through. I think those are good to redeem through January. So we'll be using some of those for extra life and some giveaways on here. Pop says, on this page, don't change the default filters. You'll see everything you need to have everything relevant. Ooh, you have a full inventory tracker for the whole shebang. You do. Look at this, gang. Look at this. This mad genius. Put in your wallet. Let's see. Anybody want to take guesses on where I'm at? I'm not going to award any points or anything. But what percentage? Is that what it's going to give me? Percentage? I almost want to try with somebody else's wallet first. And see. Let's just pick a random wallet and see. DTQ FNA. FNA. I'm testing with theirs. It'll show all the common, everything but one-of-one packs and redeemables. That makes sense. Those are not the ones that I would go after. But all the series coins, the mythics, the legendary, everything. Show all drop phase, only inactive drop. So it wouldn't count the active, but I'm going to be set there for the most part. And we hit submit. And let's see what we get back here. How do we read the data? Oh, here we go. Cards needed 5,695, but we don't have a percentage completed anywhere, do we? Just shows you what you're missing. So we won't have that number. So the question then is, how many items am I missing? We got to look at it that way. How many items am I missing? I think I'm missing 30. I'm going to go under 30. Uga thinks I'm missing 164. Anybody else? If anybody gets it exactly right, don't cheat. Do not cheat. Do not go plug it in and then do this. That's no fun. Don't do that. Take a guess. If you get it exactly right, I will give you a drop code. Just for giggles. Do not cheat. Because if anybody gets it right, I'm going to assume you were cheating. So if you get it right, you're cheating and you're out. And then I won't give you the code. So how's that work? I'm going to say 30. 30 items I'm missing. It can't be 36 and a half. Allie, the question is, of all of the commons, rares, ultras, grails, royalty, uncommon, epic, legendary, mythic, and series. So everything except 101s, packs, and redeemables. Of everything Funko has made in NFTs that is inactive, meaning it's already gone through snapshot. How many total items am I missing? How many total items do I not have in my collection? I think it's 30. Allie's gone 29, just gone right under me. There's no close without the correct answer. I'll give you guys about 30 seconds to get an answer in the chat, then we'll go back. And Walking Miracles at 100. Per palm solved, 36 and a half. Math don't work. The math don't math, but okay. 51 for Molly Wopt. Curtis Massey says 27. Jasp is here. What's up, Jasp? Says 54. Nope. No right rules. No Price is Right rules. Got to get it right on the number. Both Port and Wax Profit say 42. We'd have to have some sort of spin-off on here. Bob Ross definitely factors. Good point. My number's wrong because I did not collect Bob Ross. I stayed out of that one. So that throws my number off. That's a good point. How many NFTs were in that? 50, 60? So now I'm closer to 100. I'll say 99. Uh-oh, what did Randy do? What did Randy do? Check my inventory one more time. I'm refreshing. No, I'm not counting the 101. 101s do not count. I'm not trying to collect those. I'm not trying to count the packs that I need. I don't want to have one of every pack, and I'm not trying to count redeemables. So I'm going to say 99 now. I'll let y'all change your number. Because that's a good point. The Bob Ross thing. I totally forgot about that. I stayed out of those on purpose. Okay, Walker. Yeah, I'll check again in a second. Let's see. No, what? Randy C., how is it possible I'm mad at you and also super appreciative? You did not have to do that. You were too sweet. Thank you so much. That's amazing. That's mastery set for me now. I'm mastery set on West Coast Avengers. 2 royalty, Mockingbird, High Evolutionary, Claw, Scarlet Witch, Wonder Man, Tigra, Ultron. Wow, Randy, come on. I'm both mad at you and super appreciative. You did not have to do that. I would never go asking for it. Thank you though. You're amazing. Okay, you guys have dropped your numbers in. We're going to check it out. I think it's 99. Let's see. What's up, Dan Asker? Let's see what the actual number is. It's cranking out it's thinking about it. 165. Did anybody get it? I'm looking back quickly. Jasmine said 161. Real close, but not exactly right. Per Plum Solve 129. And most answers were under 100. Probably weren't changed after I gave the Bob Ross. Darth Wacko says 165 conveniently after I've looked it up. Yeah, 100 wasn't a bad guess. I mean, I know my collection pretty good. I'm somehow missing a bunch of Adventure Times. That doesn't seem right at all. I completed the Adventure Time royalty sets, I thought. Hold on, let's check this. This may not, no offense. Something might be wonky in the wax. Adventure Time. What's happening with Adventure Time? Did I never complete the royalty for Adventure Time? Maybe I didn't. I sure thought I did. Well, how weird. Wait, look. Yes, I did. Something's off. Something's off. So we can change that number by a bit then. Probably just something on the yeah, exactly. Walker Miracle says royalty set 2 on when I was on this. So something's off. So we take that number Y'all be nice to Pop and Stock. He did nothing wrong. We can count all of these out of there, which I didn't have the Grail and the Legendary. So if we count from up there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 brings it down to 130. 130. And there might be a few other discrepancies. Definitely don't have Back to the Future Grail. Oh yeah, did not get those legendaries. There's all the Bob Ross stuff, but we already had kind of factored that in. I'm missing a rare aviator badge, an epic top 333 sticker. So technically I wouldn't count that either. I will try to get it, but I wouldn't count that as being complete. So there's another one. Now we're at 134 or 129. I bet all said I'm even closer than I thought on the 99. Oh, the fan rewards ones. Those are going to be tough to get, but I do want to try to get those. There were 2 series of adventure. Oh, that's a valid point. Adventure Time, what? BMO number 2. Let's see if I go here. That's a good point. Excellent point. Like, I don't expect to Pop and Stock made mistakes. Yeah, I'm surprised if that's the case. That was 2, so how did I feel like on every drop I was participating, but maybe that was a weird time where I had missed out. Well, there's the legendaries and the royalty. I have one of them. Ah, epic 0000. How? So no, I think his number's right. I think his number is right. I totally forgot about, I guess I didn't make it for the pack drop that time. And I just ended up accumulating these after the fact. Wait, I still, you're so excited for this next one? I thought you meant like this next drop. No! What? Oh, Randy? You did not ban Randy for being too fucking generous. Randy. My Lord, no. You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. How? Why? I don't know what to do right now. I don't know what to do with my hands. Randy, come on. That's too generous. That's just too generous. Wow. I'm like completely caught off guard. Why? Yeah, there were only 2 listed. I did see that before. So that leaves 1 listed? Oh, Randy, come on now. Come on. All right. Too kind. Too freaking kind. You know, I do appreciate it. I really do. I never expect it, and I don't ask for it, so it really throws me off. But Randy, you're too freaking sweet. Thank you so much. Wow. Shep, right? Exactly. You don't know what to do. Go win the lottery and send the winnings to them. I want to win the lottery. I'm trying to win the lottery. Oh, Randy, you're wow. I don't even know what to say. Clearly, I'm just jibber jabbering. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Truly. That's amazing. Wow. I didn't think I'd complete that anytime soon. So let's do some generosity then. I mean, after that, you'll have to make a donation to Extra Life in Randy's name. I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair. Because I'm definitely going to be making some donations. I like Nadu's idea. If anyone's interested, let's put in the chat, like, yes, I'm in. If you think we could essentially do a donation for slots in the pack opening that I'm about to do, which is going to be for one of the West Coast Avengers. Now, keep in mind, you got some really nice Grails in there, potentially, coming out. Two options for Grails. You got Legendaries, you got Ultra. There's a bit more of a chance of getting a redeemable out of this. Snapshots tomorrow. We also might pull some Epics that would have some value. Let's pop back over to West Coast Avengers and look at the Epics. Wow, Randy. I just can't stop thinking about it. None of the Epics. There's at $8.40, $6.29. Those are like the top ones right now. $5 for a slot. I like that, Darth Wacko. $5 says Uga. Okay, let's do that then. I like this number. I think this is good. So here's what we're going to do. Please pay close attention. I'm going to start building our spreadsheet in just a second, but let me get my Extra Life link for you guys. I think I have a tab open. I do. Let me get a link to my, it's going to have to go to my Extra Life, my specific link. This is going to help my rank of 6,222, which is kind of not good right now. Yeah, 5. I mean, good old 5. I'm going to put it on YouTube there, and I'm going to put it on Twitch here, and Twitter. I don't know if we have any Twitter activity today. I still can't get that integrated into the platform here. Profile, live. I'll put it over here as well, just in case anybody's watching on Twitter. So you don't make a donation of $5. You click the donate button, and then when you go through with your donation, make sure it's $5. Make sure that you put in, for display name, make sure you put in the same name if you've already made donations in the past, and you'll use the same name if you make a donation here in all future donations this year, so they all can count together towards winning prizes. But $5 for 1 slot, $10 for 2 slots, $15 for 3 slots, etc. It has to be in $5 increments. And you can add a message if you want, but the most important thing is that you get the display name, your name. And I don't think I have on Meld set up to show any live donations, so we'll just look at them here on the screen. I can go to, hold on, let me bounce away from here real quick and go to dashboard or donations received. Looks like we got one for $6 for problem solved. That'll count as one entry. Let's see. I'll jump back over now. We can see donations. So I'm going to start building a spreadsheet. So Allie, what we're doing is I'm about to open a West Coast Avengers drop pack. It's a premium. For anybody that donates $5, you'll get a slot in this community pack giveaway. But you got to donate to Extra Life directly through my link, which I've dropped in the chat. $5 for 1 slot, $10 for 2 slots, $15 for 3 slots. And then I'll give you guys, there we go. I just got a congrats for Perplums. Give me a timer for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And I'll build out a little spreadsheet. And we will, I'll open a new sheet for that one. And we'll do a randomizer for which slot you get, because if we don't sell out, I'll keep the remaining slots for me. Let's see. Google Sheets. Sorry, trying to think of several things at once. Another one just came in. Let me refresh. I love this. Great idea. Darth Wacko's in for $5. He's getting 1 slot. We have a total of 17 slots we could do. Ooga, that's a good... Yeah, it has to go through the platform. If anybody wanted to PayPal me $5, I could make a donation on their behalf. But on the USDC, I don't know what the best way to handle that would be. Darth Wacko, I mean, if you want to get multiple, you certainly can, but we have a max of 17 on this pack. So let's not go over 17. I mean, if we go over 17, I can start a second pack, but fair enough, Uga. I totally understand. Not a problem at all. Do what you can or what you can't. It's fine. No hard feelings. Let me switch over to this. Boy, I'm getting hungry. Just hit me all of a sudden. I ate so much over the weekend during Twitch Con. So much food. Not good for you food. I did bad there. Okay, we've got name, slot number. Actually, it should be slot number then name. We've got NFT, we've got mint number, and we've got wallet. Oh man, I should have had y'all put your wallet in there, but we'll get that figured out. My watch is vibrating. I think we're getting some more. Yeah, basically, Grossinator. Yeah, basically. We got a $5 from Curtis Massey. We got a $5 from Pedro. 1, 2, 3. I'll drag that down to 17. And I tell you, actually, we can't do the randomizer that way, can we? I'll just put the names over here. We've got Curtis. Not Kuritz. That's different. And if you guys who have donated could just drop your, has to be a Droppp wallet in the chat. I'll copy and paste it over. Darth Wacko, Pedro, Curtis, Perplom solved. You are in, Monster Pete. You are in. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, love it. We're getting some activity here. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Ooga's in for 5. You did it. So we're up to 4 slots now. InQuedCat.dp. Man, I can't copy it from there. That's so weird. InQEDCAT.dp. Got it. For Perplom solved. I'm copying and pasting. Walking Miracle. Sully, have you reached out to Pop Paragon to do something NFT Twitchy? I have not. I need to do that as well. Good call. Well, that idea was all Pop Paragon last year. He came up with that. It was amazing. I love it. Well, yeah, your name's there, Uga. Somebody did it for you, I guess. How crazy. Think Inked. Oh, Inked Cat. Oh, I like it. I would never have put that together. That's really cool. Darth Wacko's back in. Curtis Massey, I got you here. Let me grab your wallet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I could tweet about this real quick. You know what we should do? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Nope, that's the wrong one. I just dragged Curtis Massey's. Paste that way. Uga got you. ZPG XY. And yeah, got Curtis's already. Still got some time to make a donation. A little over 5 minutes. $5 get you a single slot. $10 would get you 2, etc., etc. To whoever would like to participate, you do not have to. MonsterP.dp for Pedro. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Oh, the dog is losing it out there. She's on duty. Did I get Uga's yet? No, not on my list. Uga ZPGXYJ.dp. Still need Darth Wackos. Batman Beyond villain and my cat's name. That's cool, Perplom Soft. I like that. That inked. That's very cool spelling. Is that how they spell it in Batman Beyond? Oh, we got Liz on the board. Thank you, Liz. I need your .dp wallet. Darth Wacko again for a second one. And you want me to give the spot to Darth Wacko? So he's getting 3? Come on, Liz. You don't want a chance at anything? Thank you, Misty. That's very, very kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Darth Wacko hit at 3 spots now. Ooh. And the man who brought all this up, Nadu. Are you getting in, Nadu? Did Nadu fall asleep? Darth Wacko, I need your .dp wallet. I didn't see it. Sorry if I just missed it. Please drop it again, if you wouldn't mind. Sometimes it gets lost in the shuffle and I just can't, my eyes cannot focus on it. There's a Karma. Karma's in. Karma, I saw a little bit of your stream the other day. Man, crystal clear. Looking good now. Looking real nice. When you showed off the the Sune, we were watching from the booth. That was fun. Wacko.dp, gotcha. Great job to Karma Savage. Wacko.dp. Karma, I'll need your .dp wallet as well. A lot of love today. A lot of love being spread around the Nerds Night community. I love it. So we're now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just need Karma's wallet, and it's going to be the final minute or two if anybody wants in. 2 minutes left. 28.dp. Perfect. Like 28 Savage. I see it. I see it. 28.dp. Gotcha. I love it, Uga. That's amazing. That would be very, very cool. I hope you do get a Grail. I hope we pull one of those Professor Josh God packs that has like a Grail and 2 legendaries. If so, I might. If it ends up in my wallet, I might do something with it for extra life. I need a bio break real quick. So you guys have 1 minute left to donate. I'll get back and we'll finish this up. Get on in there if you can. No pressure. $17 Grail pack, let's go. That would be so nuts, man. That would be, can you imagine? Like, Pokemon does it. They have God packs. Can you imagine if there were God packs in Droppp? Got another one. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just delayed. 8. We got 8 slots. Oh man, per palm solve, that'd be so crazy. I think time's almost up. 5 seconds left to make a donation. We got 8 slots. If anybody's gonna make a donation but hasn't done it, just tell me in chat. Right, Red Ranger? Well, can you imagine the backlash from the community if somebody got one of those? Oh, thank you, Darth Wacka, for dropping in there. So, I'm not saying he has to, but Nadu's the one that brought it up. Do we lose Nadu? I thought for sure he'd get in on this. I hate to move forward and he's not here. Nadu, are you here? Should I wait? Does anybody have Nadu's number? Can you text him? Bing bong, final call. Wait, Monster Pete said 2 slots for me. Did you? Oh, here, let me check. Let me recheck the donations. Oh, there we go. Somebody made a donation that says Nadu or how you spell it. So I think somebody made a donation for Nadu. That's great. Oh, that's so funny. So that'd be 9 slots. No, somehow we have 10 slots. So we do have a second Pedro. I see it, Pedro. I see it. I see it. I sees it. So we will have a slot for Nadu. Oh, dang. Bad timing. Let's see. We're at 10 slots, so there are 7 slots left. I was going to say 52. $52. I'm pretty sure his is just nadu.dp, but I can definitely confirm that with them later as well. If he's busy on a call, I totally understand. Yeah, I was right. It's just nadu.dp. We'll give him a minute because he's got a call going and it's worth waiting for the kids. Excellent. 4 more for Nadu. Thank you, Nadu. And somebody donated one in your honor. So we'll have his donation will come in. I trust he'll get that taken care of. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 slots. Will someone think of the children? 14 slots. So 14 times 5 is 5 and 20, 70. He puts his $20 and we'll have $71. Justin Clayton, this is the Avengers, West Coast Avengers, which snapshot is tomorrow at 11 a.m. So if you're interested, I can hold off. Just let me know yay or nay. No pressure. If you say nay, no one's going to look at you weird. It's totally fine. Randy said, how many slots left? What I just said, how many do we have? 14? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we have 14. We have 3 slots left. 3 slots left at $5 a slot. If anybody's interested. Now, if we need to go to a pack 2, I'm willing to put that pack in as well for charity. I'm basically donating this pack. I'm willing to do that because you guys are donating the money directly. I'm totally willing to do that. I'm in a position to make that donation. That works. And we've got freaking Randy's generosity today. His dang generosity made it even easier for me to make that decision. Justin Clayton says he'll do 3. I love it. Thank you, Justin Clayton. I'm so glad I'm not going to go into this Extra Life Unlocked with like $0 raised this year as well. I was feeling a little bad about that because I'm like, I would have to explain to everybody, don't worry, I'm about to get on it. And then Justin Clayton also needs your wallet. How do you do the donate? Well, Randy, didn't you do it already? No, you didn't. You just donate to my link. My link is in the chat. Walking Miracle just shared it again. So you just go in and make a donation in $5 increments. So if you wanted to donate, which actually I think Justin just capped this pack out. We'll have to wait and do the other one if we've got enough interest. Or I would say this, like I think based on how well this has gone, we can still utilize the packs I have for not villains. What's the other one I still have? For Thundercats. We can use those packs to do something with as well. Darth Wacko, there will be no slicing up of slots. No, it doesn't make any sense. We will not be doing that. We're going to get part ownership. It's like a timeshare. Okay, still waiting on Nadu and Justin Clayton to make their donations, but I assume they're going to get that done here in the next few minutes. So while they're doing that, let's do this. Now that we have 17 slots, let's jumble these. Here we go. I've got these names in here. I don't think you can do like an auto jumble. I love it, Walking Miracle. Yeah, it's awesome. You know what? Over the weekend, I heard that there will be like a different level of mod available. And somebody asked Dan Clancy if the new mod would have the ability to change the title and category. And he said he was thinking about it. So I don't know when we'll see that, but I could make like Liz and I could make you one if you were interested, so that if you guys wanted to help in that way, you could change titles and stuff too. Engineer level. There you go. Yes, that's what they should call it. I'll write in and tell them that's the idea. That's engineer level. I love that. Let's refresh. Oh, they're 125 from Randy C. Holy geez. So we're gonna have to do a second pack. Randy C, thank you for the generosity. And Randy Clayton is in at 15. Holy moly. Almost $200 in donations. Let's go. You can, Darth Wacko? Are you sure? How do they even do that? You sure? I didn't think mods could do that. Unless there's a weird command I didn't know about. Because that's what somebody asked, I thought. Maybe it was just category, but I thought they asked about. Okay, so if we sold 17 slots, That's what, 105? $85. 17 times. What did Randy did you just buy the whole second pack? Oh, is that what it is, Misty? I'd have to look into that. 17 slots times 5 is 85. So if we take 190 and we subtract the 125, we're still... I think that's the Nadu donation that we're waiting on. But Randy C, you just basically bought the whole second pack. No, you're fine. I mean, that works great. You're basically buying the pack at a premium, but donating it to charity, and then we get to open it on stream in your honor. That totally works. So we got 2 packs to open. Let me figure out how to shuffle these names here. I don't know if there's a way to just randomly shuffle names. Shuffle or randomize Google Sheets. Select the range, highlight the cells containing the data you want to randomize, ensure you do not include header rows. Right-click on the range, view more cell actions. Randomize range. I did not know that existed. Let's see if it works. Oh, it does! And it kept the right... Oh, look at that. It's dope. I'm going to do it multiple times. I didn't know that was there. View more cell actions. Randomize. That's going to come in so handy in the future. Let's do it 5 times. 3. This one's 3. This one's 4. And this one's 5. There we go. All right. I'm going to move these. I think I can just do this. Nope, I can't. I got to copy and paste, and then I'll delete these. And then I can I cut and paste? I can. Okay. All right. We've got our, man, that's super nice of you, Randy. Thank you so much. Oh, I think it works out great, Randy. I mean, I'm donating a $45 pack and the kids are getting $125. So it's amazing. No, this is great. I'm more than happy. Nadu is well spaced. I'm liking the chances, said Red Ranger. Okay, let's get into cracking a pack. How about you? I'm gonna probably try and clip this. So let me take that prompt off and this prompt off temporarily. Let's get set up for this correctly. We don't need gaming right now. I'm going to set this screen up so we have the donation names to the side, so that when I do go to clip this, it'll be a little easier and make an actual video out of it. Don't need this crap on the side here. I don't think it does no harm to show any names or wallets. But if anybody wants their name not shown, I can do that. Now's the time to tell me. I can't imagine what harm could come from it, but like that's totally your call if you want anonymity. Otherwise, I'm gonna make a video of this. I know, right, Joaquin Mirka? I totally agree. We'll have to find some way to find another project where we can do something like this. Shep said, "Oh shoot, I'll stay for the pack opening. All right, we're gonna draw this out for a long time." I'm kidding. All right, I'm gonna intro it and then we'll do the thing. So I can go back to clip, or one of y'all could help me clip, and then you could get the clip badge. I've been doxxed more than once. More than that by myself, you're good, right? I think we've all done it. Okay, so it's Extra Lifetime, and this is the time of year where we raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals through Extra Life gaming and streaming. And we've got our big weekend coming up, November 21st, 22nd, and 23rd here of 2025. That's in a month from now. But during my stream today, somebody brought up the great idea, I believe it was Nadu6, of taking some of my drop packs that I had purchased and had extras of from the Funko NFT program and selling or auctioning off slots I guess selling at $5 a slot. Some wonderful people have donated, and we're going to open these packs, and whatever comes out of the packs for their allocated slots, they're going to get the contents. They got a chance at legendaries, at grails. There's 2 grails in this drop for West Coast Avengers, a drop exclusive. There's an ultra, and then of course all your commons, uncommons, rares, and epics that can help build a royalty set. I have 2 extra. I can edit that. Timing. Why would that happen then? That never happens. Thank you, Uga. Cut! It's gonna happen again. Hold on. Getting choked up. Run it back. I'm not starting over. That was a really good intro. It was clean. Hold on. We got some really, really kind people that have donated that $5 to take over these slots, and we got 2 premium packs. So in the first pack, 17 slots, $5 per slot donated. $85 will be donated, has already been donated to Extra Life, benefiting Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So I'm going to open the first premium pack here of Marvel's West Coast Avengers, pack 546, right here on stream. Let me make sure the audio is on. Here we go. Good luck to everybody. You could pull one of those grails or legendaries, but all this donated to charity for the kids. Here we go. We're opening this pack. Let's get a drum roll in the chat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love that animation. All right, slot 1 going to our friend Karma Savage. Here we go. This one's hers. We've got a common Wonder Man, and I do have to note all these. So I'll have to fast forward in the clip. Second slot going to Nadu 6. We've got a rare Quicksilver. Slot 3 going to Curtis Massey. We're hoping for one of those redeemables, but we've already won because we've donated for the kids. Common Mockingbird. Number 508. Next up, Justin Clayton has one of several slots. This next one's for him and for the kids. Common War Machine. 60-47. Pedro, slot 5, lucky 5, getting Uncommon Wonder Man. Next up, Nadu 6, one of his slots. Rare Vision. Number 2452. Now for Problem Solved in slot 7. Another Rare Vision. Maybe we're leading up to the real rare ones. Super rarity. Grail, legendary. Pedro, slot 8. This one's for you. Common Ultron. Man, I was hoping that'd be the grail for you. That'd have been awesome. That grail going for over $200 would be awesome if we saw that pulled. Next up for Nadu 6, another one of his slots, slot 9. Here we go. Wow. Common Vision, 11157. All my lucky numbers. Next up, Darth Wacko in one of his spots. This is his first one of 3. He's got 3 slots. Here we go. Epic Iron Man. All right. That one worth a few bucks. He can help build a royalty set or put it up on the market, help somebody else build a royalty set. Here's Darth Wacko's second slot, slot 11. Rare War Machine. Number 2911. Justin Clayton, slot 12. Here you go. Common Thanos. Really hoping to see that special little burst of light come out from around the cards that indicates it's redeemable. Ooga, slot 13. Ooga chaka, ooga chaka. Uncommon Iron Man. 3723. All right, Darth Wacko, slot 14 for you. Common Thanos. Every time I hold my breath. 4726. Nadu 6. He's got 2 slots of the last 3 left. This is slot 15 for Nadu 6. Rare Claw. $35.75. All right, Justin Clayton, slot 16. Common Iron Man, there's only one slot left. $51.85. The last one left for Nadu 6, slot 17, unless there's a bonus item at the very end. That might happen. But slot 17 for Nadu 6, here we go. Oh, no, a common Quicksilver. No redeemables on this one, but we did get that that epic, which I'll get sent over to our friend Darth Wacko right away, so that he wants to try and build a royalty or sell that on the market for somebody else. We are going to do another community pack here next for a very generous donation we got of $125 from our friend Randy C, and he's going to get all the contents of this pack that's coming up. Not bad for on the fly. Not bad. Other than the coughing fit, that was pretty solid. Okay, let's do, we'll do a second pack here. Let me grab these. I guess I don't need to really note everything. It's going to be all the others that I have, but I might make some quick notes just to keep it easier. No redeemable out of his pack. Can I shoot you a spirit candle and wheel it for the per plum? I love that idea. That's amazing. Oh, hold on. I got to respond to Kelly. Okay, set an alarm for 2:15 p.m. Per plum, I tell you what, if you don't mind, I have all the wallets. We can just spin, and you could send it directly to the person. Would that be okay? Because I can give you their wallet. That way we don't have to send it to mine to send it to theirs. Let me grab the names here. Since there was no redeemable, Per Plum Solved is donating a spirit candle from the Funame drop that will go to, this is the redeemable coin, right? That you're sending, or is it just the NFT? Just want to clarify before we do it, and I'll bring up Wheel of Names. That's awesome, Perplom. Thank you so much. It's the coin, a redeemable coin. That's awesome. Okay. Very, very generous. Thank you guys for stepping up and helping out here. I appreciate it. Thanks to y'all and the 2 packs that I jumped in there with. We raised $200 today. That's dope. Nadu, no redeemables from that pack, but Perplom Solved has reached, has stepped up and is offering a redeemable coin for the Spirit Candle NFT Franny, right, from the Funame drop. And so I've taken all the names of everybody that donated in that pack, the 17 slots. We're gonna shuffle those names up and spin, and then the Perplom Solved is gonna send that NFT to the name that comes up. Now, in the spirit of time, normally I would spin down to 1 name left, but in the spirit of time, we still have the other pack to open, and I have a couple things I wanted to touch on before I get out of here. I do have a hard out at like 2:15 to go pick up Macy, so I'm just gonna spin this wheel 1 time, and that's gonna be our winner. Not as crazy fun as spinning down, but we're gonna make it work. Oh, perfect, Nadu. You got a good chance here. So I'm gonna shuffle these names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's good. Five shuffles. It looks like the names aren't too stacked next to each other. I think we're good. So thank you again, Perplom Solve. We're gonna spin this wheel, and somebody's getting that awesome Candle Franny NFT redeemable coin. Here we go. Let's get a drum roll in the chat. We're going to spin the wheel and pick our winner in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And our... Oh, man, I messed up. I clicked the wrong button. I shuffled them one more time. Let's try that again. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here's the spin. And whoever's name it lands on gets the redeemable, thanks to Perplom Solved. And our winner is... It's going to be right on the line. Justin Clayton wins! Justin Clayton is our winner. Thank you, Perplom Solved. Thank you, Justin Clayton, for the donation. And I'll drop the wallet in the chat, which is justin.dp. Right there for you. Oh, I put it in the wrong chat because of the setup. Let's do that. There we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's amazing. Thank you to Perplom Solve for the generosity. Thank you to Justin and Darth Wacko and Uga and Nadu and Perplom Solve and Curtis Massey and Karma and everybody for the donations. That was amazing. I love when we come up with these little games and a way for you guys to do incremental donations so that we can build a big donation for the kids. And I think Nadu, it was your idea on that one. It's a great idea, Nadu. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's amazing. We did get a generous donation from Randy for $125. And so this whole next pack is all Randy. This is his pack. Let me make a notation. Randy C. Thank Randy, so much generosity today. Very much appreciated. You're getting a whole pack. I do need your wallet, Randy. You may have given it to me earlier and I missed it. So if you could drop that in the chat, I'll put it in my notes because I'll distribute, like I said, I'll get any redeemables sent right away. Oh no, Randy, we can't do that. That's against the law. we can go through them a little quicker though, for sure. I'll just put what the first one is and the last one is so I can grab a range. I don't have to keep all the notes. Yeah, good luck, Randy, indeed. All right, Randy, at any point when you want, drop your wallet. If not, I probably have it, but let me open this this pack. Yeah, no worries, Randy. No worries. That's no fun, says Punk. Okay, here we go. Let me make this so it's a clippable moment as well. Let me prep. All right, for Extra Life, raising money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, we already did one Droppp community pack where people donated $5 for each slot to get whatever came out of that pack when we opened it here live on stream. But Randy C has stepped up with a $125 donation, so I've donated a pack that's worth only like 45 bucks. And Randy C donated $125 for the kids. He's going to get the contents of this pack that we're about to open live on stream, but we love the slow roll of opening a pack live here. Instead of rushing it, we're going to open them one at a time, and I'm going to show you guys what Randy's going to get. So here we go. A premium pack of West Coast Avengers. It's a digital or a DP exclusive, a Droppp exclusive of the NFTs, and who knows, maybe he gets a Grail, a couple legendaries, an Ultra out of this pack, redeemable pops to be sent to him by Funko later. Here we go. We're opening pack 9262 of the Marvel West Coast Avengers for Randy C. Come on. Bring something good for Randy and his generosity. All right, starting with slot 1, we got an uncommon Mockingbird 3381. All right. Number 2, common War Machine, number 4323. And I've just realized where I went wrong. I never rubbed the lucky pack. We got to rub the lucky pack, the burning pack, for Randy C's luck. There it is. Everything's going to change from here. Come on, redeemables. Common War Machine 4679. Red Ranger's like, no, you messed up. Uncommon Mockingbird 3063. Common Ultron 4400. Come on, redeemables. Common War Machine 10525. That's the mint number. Common Scarlet Witch 11422. Uncommon Thanos 1230. Uncommon Freddy Funko's Hawkeye number 3572. Common Iron Man 4141. You can see me kind of tensing up before each one of these because I'm waiting to see as it turns what it is. Uncommon Freddy Funko's Hawkeye number 47, low mint number. Come on, redeemables. Where are you? Uncommon Wonder Man 1356. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Common Loki 3835. We got a few more slots here. Tigra, common 10509. Common Quicksilver 9834. Come on, pack. Epic Quicksilver number 2000. That's a cool mint number on that one. And we got maybe last slot luck right here for Randy C. Legendary Claw. Let's go. Randy C. Finally, we got a little redeemable last slot luck. Congratulations to Randy C. You got an epic and a legendary out of there. No 404 error. Congratulations to Randy C. Thank you for your generosity. And let's go for Extra Life. Nerd Unite for Extra Life. Let's go. He got his claw back. Exactly. If anybody would be willing to clip that, I think that was pretty clean. and try to capture that from the time I went full screen like this to the end. That would be dope. So that'll show up, and then later I can just grab it and send it off. If not, I'll do it later. That's cool. I can find it for sure. Let's see. I do want to note the NFTs in there. Can I just take a screenshot? That would be easier. Let's do this. Oh, you can't zoom. Something I always thought was missing there. Let's do a print screen. Just do this. Doesn't have all the... Yeah, it does have all the mint. No, doesn't have all the mint numbers. Wait. That does. Print screen. Boom. Whoa. Can I just paste here? Yeah, boy. It worked. All of Randy C's NFTs right there. That's good. Yes, Justin, I'm aiming for Halloween/horror on tomorrow night's whatnot. I got some digging in the garage to do. I've already pulled a few things aside in here. Some Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. I know that's not horror, but it's going to be like a combined show. And hopefully I can find the horror stuff. If not, I'll have to push that back to next week. Not ideal, but hopefully. What goes around comes around. I agree. Karma, just doing good deeds, I think it comes back on you. It was returned! Rubbing the pack where I should have done earlier. I apologize to all our early donators, but we can probably... let me look at the dates on this. What do we have coming up on Droppp? Let's see. As far as the calendar goes on Droppp, we've got Thundercats November 12th, Disney Villains December 17th. So unfortunately for Thundercats, we can't hold those packs until our Extra Life weekend. Trying to think if there was some way I could do pre-open the packs in some way, but then anyone could look at my wallet and see what I got. But we could do something next weekend. It doesn't have to be during our big weekend. We could do something next week. That's a good point. We have until November 12th. So y'all remind me, Nadu. Y'all keep thinking about that. We could do something similar. I'll probably sell at least one pack to bring in a little extra money because I will need it to open some of or to fill in some of those slots of my missing 165 NFTs. I want to get all those at some point. What goes around comes around. Spoiler, not much. That's not true. Let's see. What else did I need to cover? Whoa, a lot of notifications here. I made my graphic. I guess I could just look it up here because it's not recognizing my fingerprint. Yes, Disney Pinnacle. Per Plum Solved and several others brought this up. I did retweet this. Good call. Thank you for reminding me. Disney Pinnacle is giving away right now. I don't know how long this was good for. So this was as of yesterday. But if you log into your Disney Pinnacle account, you could get a free like fall pumpkin pin that's themed around the different princesses. So if you have not already done so, download the Disney Pinnacle app, get your account set up. I think it's for everybody. I don't know what the requirements were for this, but these what do they call them? Disney Pinnacle Pumpkin Harvest Volume 1 is out, and you can buy these at $6.95 a piece. They're a mystery capsule, and you might pull. There's the image I just showed a second ago. There's different princess-themed pumpkins you can get, including Ariel. Does it have it listed? There you go. Ariel. And those come in different rarities, too. So you might get the regular Ariel. You might get the Ariel with the colored enamel. You might get the Ariel, I believe it's a silver. But they're all shown within the app down below. You can see there's the silver one on the side. There's the Ariel with the colored enamel. There's this one. I can't make out what it is. Looks like it might be a gold enamel or a silver enamel. Then you got Belle. A couple different, 3 different versions of Belle. They're very sneaky geeky. You might pull Jasmine. Nice, Darth Wacko. Isn't that awesome? You just logged in and there it was. We've got Tiana. which is what Macy, she's dressing as Tiana the princess for Halloween. I got to show her that. The variants are, let me look at these. It'll describe it if I click on them here. Embellished enamel is one of them. I don't know what embellished means. This has like a goldish hue to the enamel around the outside. And then you've got the color splash, they call it, which doesn't have the same amount of artwork. Oh, watch, it's animated. Watch this. That's dope. That's a really cool one. That's called Color Splash. I've never seen that variant before on any of their pins. And then you've got the colored enamel, which has I believe it's the color to match the princess. Yeah. It says if you spin this Tiana one, it's like a greenish hue colored enamel around the outside. I pulled the colored enamel Ariel, which I think is of the ones is the easiest to pull, i.e. more like a common. I can't close out of it for some reason. But I got the colored enamel Ariel, but the first one is free, which is awesome. And then if you want to, you can buy the rest via the mystery capsules or the market on the weekend to complete the set. These won't be terribly valuable right now in the market. But if you really like the Disney princesses and you want to try to complete the set, you can. Relatively inexpensive. And then who knows down the road what these things could be worth. This is always the speculation, right? Like, what is a low numbered NFT or pin for them right now? It's 200 or 100 less. But in 6 months, a year, 5 years from now, depending on the adoption rate of this this platform and the enamel pins, we could be looking back and going, wow, 500 was super limited. Let's see. Color Splash Jasmine, Red Ranger, that's what he pulled. 166 is the piece count on that. And it may not change. Let's see. When does this whole... For some reason, my app froze. When does this whole drop close? It is a volume 1. It is an open event. Typically, those aren't around for terribly long. 5 days left on this. So you've got to get these within the next 5 days to get the first printing. I imagine there will be more. There'll be a volume 2 with more different princesses. But it was a great idea on their part to give away some freebies to get people started, much like I do my free NFTs on Tuesdays. So yeah, go grab your freebie while you can. And don't forget about Disney Perks Plus. No, Disney Plus Perks. You can get one free Disney capsule per month by going to Disney Plus Perks. Logging in with your Disney Plus subscription information. This is run by Disney, so it's on the up and up. This is not some scam account. I'll drop the link. I did not get any Robinhood. No, I had to sit that one out. Money. Trying to keep an eye on money for things this month and did not grab it up. Problem says I'm only missing 3 pins and 1 is the Color Splash. Going to be a little trickier to get than the others, but still should be fairly affordable. But you log into Disney Plus Perks. Let me log in. Oh, it may not have my information saved since the... let me try here. See if I can remember the login info. Because I want to show you guys. Nope. Let me try that. Nope. I don't remember. I'll have to get with Kelly again because it's our shared subscription to Disney Plus under her name. But once you log in on Disney Plus Perks on the main site, you'll see this down here, this featured perks. There's actually something for Marvel Rivals, which is really, really cool if you play that game. 6 months of Dash Pass, chance to attend. I need to tell Brian about this, the premiere of the Avatar movie. But as you go across here, you keep going once you're logged in, and one of the ones will be a free mystery capsule in Disney Pinnacle. And you go, you claim it, you get a code, you put that in your app, you get your free enamel pin, a digital enamel pin. What's up, Master Ice? How are you? Do that once a month. As long as they keep doing it, that's like a $6.95 value-ish. And you never know what you might pull out of there that might be worth, could be worth $5, $2, $200 on the market. That's set by the collectors, not by Disney. So you never know what you might be able to do with that pin down the road, or just hold it and see what the value is on it. But I love that program. I love the fact they're giving away the freebies. They know how to onboard people, and it makes a lot of sense what they're doing. We talked about the free NFT. We talked about the snapshot. Oh, snapshot reminders. Going back to Droppp. Remember, open any unopened packs you have before tomorrow at 11 a.m. Preferably today. Open them or sell them. Sell extra epics if you have them. You don't need to hold on to them. If you really, really want to keep extra epics that aren't part of your royalty set, you can buy them back after the snapshot today at pennies on the dollar compared to what they're worth today. So make sure you sell those today. Matter of fact, I'm going to make a note for when I get back from picking up Macy to do that. Verify that your royalty sets are 100% complete. If you think you have 2, make sure it says that you have 2 or you're in real trouble. Suggestions for West Coast Avengers? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, for any snapshot, really, but specifically with the West Coast Avengers snapshot being tomorrow at 11 a.m., remember that you do these things. So I need to list epics, verify your royalty set. Like I think I have 2. It says I have 2. Make sure you do that. Make sure if you have anything up for sale that selling that item won't detract from your royalty set, i.e., let's say you have an epic up for sale. Turns out you did need that epic. If it were to sell, would it negate, would it diminish how many royalty sets you have? Be very, very careful about that. And I think those are the main checklist items. But make sure you do that before tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'd say do it today. Get it out of the way, get it over with. If you do list some things for sale, check back every so often today, because people will be undercutting each other, or items will be selling and might be going up in sale price. You might be able to take advantage of that. But you got to act today, because tomorrow before 11, things get real, real crazy. Friday, let's see. Tomorrow I'll be back on Whatnot. I'm trying to do Halloween and horror. Definitely some Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, some Haunted Mansion stuff, some horror pops that I'm going to pull from the supply. Got to get in there and find them, and maybe some other surprises. Hopefully another Whatnot on Thursday. We'll see. Time depends on time and what else I've got going on. And then Friday, I'll be back here for another stream starting at 2 p.m. Pacific. We'll play the box game. We'll talk more about Extra Life, and I'll be putting out the tweets and the social posts for our big push, November 21st through 23rd. I'll give you any updates I've got on prizes and companies that are going to be involved. In the meantime, think about people you might know that might be able to help us with our journey to raise money for the kids. Think of any ideas you have for merch that we could sell that people would be excited to own as part of our Nerd Unite for Extra Life. Anything like that. Any helpful recommendations or ideas. Auctioning off those packs or selling those slots today was a great one. That was really, really awesome. Thank you guys for being so generous. And sorry y'all didn't get many redeemables, but we got one. We got one for Randy C. So, any other thoughts before I get out of here? Otherwise, I'm gonna go grab a quick bite, and then I got to go pick up the little one from school. Any questions? Any thoughts? Wax Prophet, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Absolutely. Shout out to Nate for dropping by. Thank you to guys who subbed or resubbed or gifted bits today. Very much appreciated. Thank you to Priscilla for the generosity with the gifted subs. Yeah, Walking Miracle, I agree. I think it's a lot of fun. We gotta find some other ways to do stuff like this. So I'm open. I'm all ears for if you guys have any other ideas there as well. WB Cups will be in the mail this week. No, Randy C, don't be sorry at all. Randy C, thank you for your generosity today. You went ham on the legendary NFTs for West Coast Avengers and that rare sticker for me. Like, thank you so much. $125 donation for the pack. Like, you're wow, what a day. Thank you so much for the generosity. Yeah, Red Ranger, wasn't it a lot of fun? I do appreciate you all being here. Let's look for somebody to raid over to, and in case y'all have any last minute thoughts. Welsh Dan is on. Let's see more. Like live channels, show more, followed. There we go. They've done it differently on Twitch now. Hey, Nasty Nate's still here. Nasty Nate, thank you so much for coming by. It was a pleasure to meet you at Twitch Con. I'm glad that your audience pushed you to get out of your shell and talk to people. Thank you for my toilet paper roll. Never thought I'd say that to anybody in my life. I looked inside after you walked off. I was like, it's limited edition. This man knows me. Mandy B, thank you for being here. Let's see who's on. Jay Muse is on. Captain's Helm. Susie, who I just met at TwitchCon over the weekend. Pop and Stock has got his 24-hour thing go. Oh, Lonikins. I haven't rated Lonikins in a while. Lonikins is part of the Funko Fanatic community. Super sweet lady. I've known her for years. She's always been very generous. She's playing Disney. What is that game called? Disney. What is it called? Dreamlight Valley. So if you guys want to go hang out with Lonikins, I'm going to raid over to her. Go hang out with her. Tell her hello. Let her know that I couldn't hang, that I had to go pick up the little one, if you would, please. But let's drop in with a hashtag Sully Raid and your Nerds Unite emotes, just to let her know what's going down. I need to follow her, Daddy, so I can do that on a future stream. That's a good call. Let me first add points to everyone who's here on Twitch. 100 to everyone. 45 people showing. That works. And then we're going to do the raid. Unfortunately, on YouTube and Twitter, that won't raid, but on Twitch, you'll all go over to hang out with Lonikins. Thank you guys again. What a great stream. What a fun day. Remember to wash your hands, check in on somebody you love, make sure they're doing okay, and above all else, most importantly, Nerds Unite, hashtag Sully Raid as we drop over in on Lonikins. Have a great week. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Here we go. Hashtag Sully Raid.